be forcing the Department of Justice to follow the law and release all the Epstein files as ordered to do so. NASA preparing to return 4 SpaceX astronauts to Earth because one of them is sick. If all goes smoothly, they will undock this afternoon. This is ABC News. The Dodge Charger has won the 2026 North American Car of the Year at the Detroit Auto Show. If it's a self-driving Tesla that you want, however, you'll have to pay almost $100 a month for the luxury.
Tesla CEO Elon Musk now says the company's semi-autonomous driving technology will be a subscription-only option starting February 14th. Full self-driving supervised, as Tesla calls it, had previously been available as an $8,000 option or a $99 a month subscription. Getting 10 million people to subscribe to FSD is among the targets Musk needs to hit to unlock his full $1 trillion pay package. Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
A new Gallup survey suggests both major political parties have some work ahead if they want to get young people the slightest bit interested before the midterms. 54% of millennials consider themselves independent. 56% of Gen Z do. They say they don't consider themselves Republican or Democrat. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
It started off as a normal day. I felt fine when I arrived at the plant.
Ruth Junius's life was about to change.
Then I dropped my keys. They kept slipping out of my hand. My arm felt numb. A coworker asked me if I was okay, and I couldn't speak. I started to get scared.
Ruth was having a stroke. People around her weren't sure what to do.
They thought I should go home or lie down, but I knew something was very wrong. I wrote 911 on a piece of paper with my other hand, and someone called for me.
Because everyone acted quickly, doctors at the hospital were able to give Ruth treatment that started to reverse the symptoms.
Within a few minutes, I was talking again. I didn't know a thing about stroke before I had one. Now I make sure.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
Issues continue piling up for drivers hoping to get reimbursed for the damage created by contaminated fuel. Jennifer Coggin says a third-party administrator handling King Soopers claims offered to cover her insurance deductible. But the company, Sedgwick, said by accepting the $500, Coggins would have to sign a waiver releasing them from any future claims.
I take that money, and that's a risk that my car might never be the same or might have issues further down the line that are more expensive, and I'm not sure if it's worth it just for a $500 reimbursement.
Other drivers also say the offers don't fully cover their losses and their insurance premiums could go up. Commerce City is launching an electric recycling and waste collection. Partnering with Republic Services and Xcel Energy, the city will have 20 collection green vehicles operating by the end of the year. The fleet is said to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and lower operating noise. I'm Brenda Stewart.
Now, Impact Traffic.
Yeah, we're still seeing delays out here, and we've got what appears to be construction out west on I-70 for eastbounders. This is right at Kipling, left side of the highway block, and it's jamming back towards Ward Road. Northbound, it's 6, still wrapping up on a crash that's backed up to about Downing. Is still jamming also with an accident.
Oh, that is exciting.
Coming in from Parker, 270 still very slow coming west up through Vasquez. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by The Truth with Lisa Booth. Crime, chaos, and consequences. I'm Lisa Booth, and this week law enforcement analyst Paul Morrow talks Maduro's arrest and Senator Marsha Blackburn breaks down her push to deport and denaturalize the Minnesota fraudsters. Listen to The Truth with Lisa Booth on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you hear podcasts.
You could win $1,000.
Oh, really? Excellent. That's awesome.
9 chances a day to win $1,000. Listen weekdays 9 a.m. through 5 p.m.
It's that easy.
On Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW. Sponsored by Window Nation.
You'd love new windows, but don't want to pay a fortune for them. Well, during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 Windows free sale, you could also get 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. Hurry, sale ends soon, so schedule your free estimate now at windownation.com.
Selling your home has never been more competitive. Put Frank Duran, the real estate man, to work for you.
I will share with you how we give your home a true winning edge over your competition.
Call Frank Duran for a free market analysis of your home and more.
You will also discover exactly how I consistently net my clients more money than the market average. There's a good reason why my team and I are trusted by so many people.
Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622 with RE/MAX Alliance.
Look, your body's unique, so why settle for a one-size-fits-all wellness plan? That's where Viome comes in. Viome uses advanced science science to analyze your gut biome with a simple at-home test, so you know exactly what foods and supplements are right for you, all based on real data from your own body. And you know what? That's science you can trust. Go to Viome.com now and use promo code THRIVE to save $50 on your full body intelligence test. That's Viome.com, promo code THRIVE to save $50.
Zero risk, guaranteed growth at mymoneymyway.com.
Now, here's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Money. That's money. Enter it now.
6:30 now in your car.
On my way to work in the morning.
And wherever you go.
On my phone when I'm walking the dogs.
It's now easier than ever. You can now set Denver's talk station as a preset.
Awesome, doing it now.
On the free iHeartRadio app.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. At my home studio, I have Deputy D with me, and then I have Paul the Waterman. You can call in about any problems with questions, complaints with anything. We can talk a little water as well. I like highlighting certain topics on the show from time to time, and I like talking about things near and dear to your heart and pocketbook and health. And right now, there's a big move. There's a big move in healthcare right now. Big move in anti-aging. And what they're saying is, there are ways people can now, who are alive now, live to be 100, and they're learning so much about health and so much about longevity. Also, more and more people are basically saying that they want ICE disbanded. 57% of the people in America do not agree with ICE enforcement of the law. I don't understand. We do have laws, and why people would be against it. Again, this is not a show about immigration or about exporting or about deporting or about anything, but it is interesting to note that just recently a poll suggests that 57% oppose ICE and their enforcement actions. I would like to ask, and I don't know the answer to this, and I'd love to ask, what is the alternative? Are they saying we should have no immigration laws? What are they saying? I'm not sure what they're saying. Is Major Marc Mager on the line? I wasn't sure. I couldn't see his camera.
Yep.
Okay, Mark. So what do you think that means when 57% of those polled say they oppose ICE and all enforcement?
Let's start there. What polls?
Well, I'll find the poll for you.
Are they the same polls that said Trump was going to lose every state, every swing state? Those polls?
Well, you can't just discount all polls, Mark. I mean,
I'm asking. That's why I'm asking what poll.
This is
it
from
MS Now?
This is from The Hill. It's an online, and it says more than half, 57% of surveyed Americans, American voters, are against immigration and customs enforcement and enforcing immigration laws, according to a new poll by Quinnipiac University poll. And I don't know who that university is, but they did a political survey asking about all kinds of things, and they basically say they are not in favor of immigration. Now, as far
that's a pretty that in general, Quinnipiac's a pretty liberal viewpoint, but it really doesn't matter. I have no idea why. Most likely because what the mainstream news is doing is basically making them look evil, calling them a lot of names. You get the idea. So it's more or less a brainwashing.
Do you truly believe they're being portrayed as the dark horse here, or that they're being,
of course,
in a negative light?
Almost every Democratic senator does it, including ours here in Colorado. He's one of the worst. That thing that happened last week, that was murder. That was murder by the Gestapo. Come on, get out of here.
A lot of people say that the midterms are going to be a slaughter. It's going to be a bloodbath.
And the Republicans are going to get it. Think of all the winning we're doing. No taxes on tips. And beyond that, the economy's getting better. Inflation is on its way down. The job market, we got to get some more jobs out there, but it's getting better. The stock market is just simply on fire, and most people do have a 401k and participate in that. So I think there's a lot of great stuff. And then if you look just at the border, most people voted for Trump because the border was out of control. It shut down. And let's look at Iran now. I'll be curious how he retaliates, and I'll use the word retaliates because they're over there killing innocent people.
Hey, Mark, let's not forget that fentanyl deaths are down by about 40% in most areas.
They really are.
Big time.
And murder rates are off by 40
and the price of cocaine's so expensive you can't do it.
Dude, the murder rates are down 40 to 50% because they've been rounding up the illegal criminals.
Washington is
clean. Yeah, a lot cleaner.
Mm-hmm. Anyway,
so Tom, I always go back with you. You're interesting because of the circles you are exposed to. I'll put it that way.
I'm exposed to all circles, Mark. I just bring up the ones that surprise me. And this.
Yeah, but you were so shocked, like when I said Biden's going to step down. I mean, the guy couldn't even put a sentence together. But everybody in certain circles you run with, oh no, he'll never step down. And then when he won and sweeped every swing state, you seem pretty amazed by that too.
Yeah.
I mean, most people talk one way, but when they go into that voting, they're going to go, wow, I got more money in my wallet. I feel safer. I don't worry about my wife walking around in certain areas anymore. Murder's down. They might pull that lever with their wallet like most of us do, even though in their friends at cocktail parties, oh, Trump's a piece of crap. When they get into that voting box, and I think it was proved last election, they actually think reasonably.
I think you're right. I think that the progressive or liberal movement makes more noise than conservatives.
Most people do not want socialists. Right now, the Democratic Party are nothing but socialists. That's who's running that party. There's really no argument about it. Look who's in New York City now. That's how it is going. And a lot of people in the middle are going to be left going, okay, well, I don't want my house taken. I don't want my property taken, my business taken. I don't want to be part of this socialist experiment that has failed in every other country every time it's ever been done. Look at Venezuela. They were the fourth richest nation, I believe, back in the 60s or 70s. Think about that. Now they're literally nothing.
Mark, I think it's going to have socialism is going to have more of a local effect. What happens in New York City is not going to affect the elections.
Doc, it affects elections big time because people look at the stupid comments coming out of New York City, like about taking private property, having grocery stores that are state-run, and people in other states go, whoa, 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 I don't want that. I'm not going to vote for these Democrats. That's all they believe in. I don't know what happened to Bill Clinton, Democrat. I don't know what happened. Even Barack Obama, my God, I watched his speech yesterday when he was talking about deporting people. He said, look, we have borders. We don't want these people coming across. Joe Biden completely changed that. This guy looked to the left and ran, hobbled as fast as he could to get to the progressive left. I have no idea what happened to the Democrats. Besides, it's probably funded by very rich billionaires in other countries that want to see us collapse.
Okay, 303-713-TALK is our number. If you have a problem, a question, or a complaint, and you need some help, give us a call. And we're also talking about news of the day. Inflation is not curbed completely. It's not out of control. It's somewhere in between. Gasoline prices are the lowest they've been in years. By the way, speaking of polls, I said 57% disapprove of ICE, according to that university. There's another poll that's very interesting. The highest number of people ever are now identifying or registering as independents. 45%, nearly half of all voters. And I think that goes back to what Mark is saying. I think a lot of the Democrats are now becoming independent because they don't like where their party's going. And I think a lot of conservatives are doing the same. And independence seems to be a parking space where you can go and say, you know what? I'm not really happy. I'm not really happy with either party. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically be independent. But independent voter registration is growing. I want to know something. When you're an independent, in Colorado, do you get to vote for in both primaries, or do you get to vote in none?
No.
How does
I don't believe so.
Because there was one way where people were voting in both, I thought, or they were allowed to vote in either one, is what I mean. And I think that might. Okay. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We also have Paul the Waterman with us, and we welcome him. We often talk about health and water and stuff like that. Did you know that they're saying, and I don't even know why this came up because it can't affect that many people, but they say that unhealthy water on airplanes, unhealthy.
Hey.
Yes.
Real quick, I'm sorry to interrupt there, but voters, when it comes to primaries in Colorado, and this is right from sos.state.co, unaffiliated voters, an unaffiliated voter may cast a ballot for any one political party. If an unaffiliated voter returns a ballot with more than one political party, the ballot will be rejected and none of the votes will be counted.
Okay, so they can pick one. They can't do all. They pick one.
Yeah, they can't vote. Think about how unfair that would be, because as a Republican, well, actually, I'm an independent, but generally vote Republican the last 5 or 6 years. Think about this. I could go to the weakest on the Democrat side and vote for them in the primary, and then the strongest on the Republican. You could dog the competition.
Okay, so we got a lot to talk about, as you know, and of course we always make your problems, your questions, your complaints a priority. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. The lowest price on furnaces, if you want a replacement, Renew Home, innovations.com. They're offering the lowest price guarantee, 303-904-2000, 904-2000.
Hi, it's Dave Logan, voice of your Broncos. Hear Broncos Bills playoffs 2:30 on Saturday. Touchdown, Denver! Only on KOA 850 AM and 94.1 FM. Presented by Phil Long Dealerships. Broncos pride in every ride.
Okay, you know, as the weather gets a little cold, Genesis Total Exteriors, they're still working. They're doing interior painting as well as home improvements in general. Let's talk to Marc Szymanski, the owner of Genesis, TotalExteriors.com. How can you help people now, Mark, with interior paint projects?
I tell you, Tom, interior paint and even changing out windows or even some railings in your house can really update the look of your house. If you think you're going to be putting your house on the market the next 5 years or so, now's a great time to start updating your house and getting it ready for the market. You know, because the things that we can do to your house will certainly dramatically increase the value of price of the product that you have, your house.
And you bring up a good point.
And help it sell quicker.
You bring up a good point.
Yeah.
You don't do it all at once. You know, do it now. Get it ready. And these improvements will go a long way in raising the value of your house. And you said something else. There's a new trend now, painting cabinets, kitchen cabinets, to give a new a look. What have you been doing there? They're antiquing them, they're distressing them, and painting them.
And painting of kitchen cabinets is a big thing. You know, the wood look is kind of out right now, and so everybody's more into the painted look. Doesn't mean you have to go bright white like you're kind of seeing that's kind of fading out, but an off-white or even some colors. You got these dark blues and charcoal colors that people love on their lower cabinets, and what a difference it makes to your kitchen. When you walk in, you're going to go, wow, look at this kitchen now. And, you know, for a fraction of the cost it would be to replace cabinets.
Yeah, now we're talking to GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Don't forget, they do roofing, siding, fascias, windows, doors, decks, painting, and, of course, the inside of your house. Right now is a great time to get interior painting done, including painting kitchen cabinets instead of the expense of resurfacing or replacing. That's GenesisTotalExteriors.com, 303-679-8509.
Thank you.
Number 10 on Forbes list.
All right.
Hello.
Yeah.
No, not you. Sorry. Huh. Now they're not talking. Hello. Oh, that was somebody from the Philippines trying to sell me extended insurance. Holy crap on a cracker. All right, Mark, you finding it? Audio profiles or whatever?
How's that?
Okay, maybe I can try it this way. Hang on. Shut up. Shoot a poodle. Okay. So it's still coming through the wrong way. Darn it. I'm only getting the right channel. I wonder what else is going on there.
I don't know.
What are you talking about, Shannon?
We're only getting the right channel from Mark, and so his voice is not on the air.
See, if I'm looking at my caster, I have left and right channel.
Understood.
So then the caster is going directly into the Comrax mic.
Yep, and you see both left, right moving on there? Or it's
yes, I see
unified.
both. That's down in the bottom right corner. Absolutely.
And I see him on I see him on Lucy, and I see him on the studio.
That's wonderful.
OBS.
Nice.
You might have to reboot my channel.
Reboot your channel.
Or just reboot your audio and see what happens.
Yeah, and I can restart 4, and we can see if that helps any.
Yeah, just don't talk to me until I'm back up.
You'll have to redial because it's going to happen here in just a second. Come on.
How long do you want me to wait?
Load. Oh, suck a dweezil. It's not loading because I'm on the Wi-Fi. Okay, here we go.
So...
I'll reconnect in 2 minutes. Sound good?
You don't even have to wait that long.
The top 10 contaminants in water.
Yeah.
Number 9 is...
Because you're going to go away in 3, 2, 1.
The prime, it's an antibiotic, and that's part of the reason why we're having antibiotic-resistant bacteria in the hospital. Did you hear where they have this fungus now?
There's facts and not fear. Join me, Dr. Nicole Sapphire, on Wellness Unmasked as we break down the latest health and wellness news and headlines, what matters, what doesn't, and what you need to know. Listen and subscribe to Wellness Unmasked on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Paul the Waterman is with us. There are new studies that say that, and I don't know why this is a big deal, but water on airplanes, unsafe for drinking. Water on airplane. What the hell? What don't they just get the water from the airport and put them in the planes and fill up the tanks, for goodness sakes? I mean, I don't understand the significance of that.
You almost nailed it, Tom. They never clean the tanks, or at least they don't do it frequently enough.
The distribution.
So it grows, inside the airplane where that water is held. It could grow bacteria and fungus and all kinds of disgusting
bacteria.
things.
So anyway, what they found was a study found that most airlines have impure water, organisms, not clean, not safe for drinking.
That's just
that article said avoid asking for coffee.
Yeah, for sure. So you've heard about this, Paul?
Yeah, I saw that. I think it came out last week. Yeah.
Oh, it's been going on for years.
Anyway, we are talking about your problems, your questions, your complaints. We talked a little bit about politics and about ICE, and somebody texted me saying they don't understand how 57% of the people are against what ICE is doing since they're simply enforcing the law. No one has ever once been able to tell me that. Those who oppose ICE Why?
And they're people, if you think about it, they're people that actually voted for their representative that passed the laws.
So what's going on with the Supreme Court and the transgender case? What is going on? Are they deliberating now? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, that won't be decided for a while. I'd bet money actually that what's going to happen is they're going to say the states can basically go ahead and do it. They can say that bio men cannot play in women's sports.
Or the other way around. They can say that bio men are allowed to play in women's sports.
Yeah, they're not going to do that, though. I mean, if you listen to oral arguments, the one thing that was funny, and they never seem to be able to do this on that side of the argument, they actually asked, I think it was, I forget what justice, but they said, well, then how are we going to how do you define a man or a woman if it's not bio? They have no answer for it. They literally, on that side, and this is the attorney in front of the Supreme Court, had absolutely no answer how to define a man or woman, which is crazy.
Yeah, Justice Alito asked that question, and they said that they don't define it.
Yeah, I think about that. We don't define
There's
it.
no definition. They don't define the difference between a man and woman.
And nowhere in law books anywhere does it define a man or a woman, does it? Like when it talks about prisons, when it talks about laws, when it talks about insurance, it mentions men, it mentions women, especially insurance, but it does not define a man or a woman.
I know if you watch any of the congressional hearings, every time they ask a Democrat to define what a woman is, they circumvent it, they don't answer, and they say, I'm a woman, and they leave it at that. And they won't be pinned down as to a definition or an acceptance of the biological facts of a XX chromosome.
Here's the thing, and I again, I'm not trying to drum up controversy. I'm just saying it like it is. I truly believe that the transgender movement is misunderstood way more than homosexuality. I think homosexuality is accepted. It is just accepted. And people can see logic in, okay, I am attracted to a man, I'm attracted to a woman. It's just the way it is. No one really cares about that anymore. And I don't think they care about transgender policies except where it tramples on women's rights.
So hold on. Yeah. Let me go back to what Alito said, though. My whole point on that was what Alito turned around and said, to determine if there's an unlawful discrimination on the basis of sex, we first need to be able to define sex. And the lady trying to make this argument in front of the court could not define sex. So therefore, how is the court supposed to determine if there's been an unlawful discrimination?
That says a lot. You're right, Mark. That says a lot for what's going to happen in this decision making. They're saying, what are we talking about if you can't even define it?
Yeah, if you can't define it, how are we supposed to say there's discrimination? It's absolutely crazy. Then the other thing, I think it was Barrett. This is very interesting. I didn't know this. In chess, most of your grandmasters are men, and they're much better chess players. Don't ask me why. First time I ever heard it. And the attorney, once again, on the transgender side, if you want to call it that, actually admitted that's true. And they're like, well, why is it that way? Forget about sports. Let's bring this into chess for a second. And there's multiple reasons when I did some research. Males have typically run the world forever. So when we are born, we are basically different in a lot of different ways when we are growing up. So therefore, for whatever reason, that goes into chess. So it's not just the strength, the muscles, it's the actual upbringing and the way of thinking over 2,000 years that is developed into that. But that's another reason to why there is a big difference between men and women. If you gave a man a baby at 1 day old and said, here, take care of it, my God, we wouldn't know what to do. We'd be out there, we'd be on AI going, what do I do next? Where women inherently know what to do. It's just part of their being. So there is a huge difference beyond just muscle mass.
Years ago, I was assigned, there was a restaurant or something that had some Discovery Zone in it. The Discovery Zone was a place with sand and rubber balls and trap doors, and you could sit on make a backhoe with your hands. They had hand controls of this mechanical backhoe. They had dolls. They had doll houses that could fit little kids in it. They had a whole fantasy land. It was part of a mall. I think it was down near Park Meadows. And I remember being assigned to the grand opening. It was going to be fun. We were going to do a live shot. And it was a grand opening, and they let children in. Little tiny tater tots. They're just little tiny guys and gals. And they go in there, and immediately, the boys gravitated toward the backhoes and the trucks and that, and the girls gravitated toward all of the girly things. Now, people are going to say, well, of course, Tom, that's the way they're brought up. That's the way they're brought up. Well, maybe that's it. But I mean, what I'm saying is that I don't think it is just the way they're brought up. I think there are certain things that appeal to men and women. Now, could the wires have gotten crossed? I mean, listen, we have a lot of challenges in life and in nature and in reproduction. And it could be, I truly hold out that it could be somebody is born and a gender dysphoria forms based on the fact they're uncomfortable. And it's not necessarily fair to call them mentally ill if they just don't feel right in their own skin or in their own body. And I don't think as they get to a decision-making age and where they can reason, I don't think we should hold them back if they want to be something else. I don't care about that. I think, and Mark, I looked it up, Mark was right about the division amongst the issues. Most of the division comes when it comes to athletes. That's it. I mean, a lot of people polled don't care if you want to become a trans woman or a trans man. They don't think it should be against the law. They don't think, now some of them don't think taxpayer money should pay for it, etc. But as Mark pointed out yesterday, most people are in agreement, and I didn't know this. Most people are in agreement that trans athletes should not compete in other than their original biology. In other words, when a man becomes a woman, is it called a trans woman? Is that what it's called? I mean, but that's really what the main issue is when men are competing with girls. And
also in the locker rooms, Tom, that's a big thing.
Right.
A lot of parents don't want their, teenage girls hanging out in locker rooms with men who are who are physically men, who have male genitalia.
And the part I don't understand.
Can I ask Doc a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, have you seen where puberty affects kids at an earlier age than it used to?
You mean people are just science is discovering that it's not just 12 or 13 years old.
Right.
It's happening very early.
Very early. So my question is that could that be, and I'm being sincerely, could it be because of all the medication that's in the water supply and the hormones that are in the water, the byproduct from estrogen from birth control?
Can you find estrogen and testosterone?
I think it's more likely to do with TikTok.
No, I think it's Mark. Seriously, estrogen is huge and is left over in the water supply. It's one of those unregulated contaminants by the EPA. It's
yeah, but Paul, half the shows that are streaming to us, like we talked about yesterday, I don't even want to get into it again.
What?
I mean, it's crazy.
What were you? Well, go ahead, Mark. What were you alluding to?
No, I don't want to go down that road again. It's just like you were saying yesterday. Every show comes out, you're going, okay, when's the trans coming out? When's the gay person coming out?
I see what you're saying.
Everything. Our society in general is kind of, for whatever reason, I still don't understand that, trying to push kids that way. There's shows on Netflix that are made for little kids that ask and say really odd things.
Yeah,
and Mark, you know what else is really interesting? Every commercial you see, you would think that 100% of marriages are between races. There'll be a black man and a white woman, or vice versa.
See, but
every single commercial.
I think that lifestyle and choices. I don't care about your choice. What I care about is
Tom,
when it's
almost
affecting
no
others.
almost no one cares about it. It's only when it enters into the realm where, it's your daughter in a locking room, either losing a trophy or not being able to participate at all because they didn't make the team because there's a biological man. That's the whole argument.
And the thing that bothers me more than anything is that it doesn't require to be considered a woman nowadays. It does not require any hormone blockers. It does not require any surgery. It is simply you saying you identify as a woman. Now, under
why do you
Biden,
think like
they were putting them in women's prison.
Why do people think like the WNBA doesn't allow it? Can you imagine, putting a wig and a little lipstick on Shaq, and I don't care if you give him testosterone blockers or whatever, the guy's like 12 feet tall. He can still sit under the basket, grab it, put it in the basket every single time, especially against a woman's team. It's absolutely remarkable. How about in boxing or UFC fights?
Wasn't that Brittany Griner, the woman that
was arrested?
Was arrested in Russia. Didn't it come out that she was a man?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. That sounds weird. I don't think so.
But
Paul.
anyway, people, we got off on a tangent, but really, it is an issue right now that is all over the place. I mean, and what I don't understand, people who championed women's rights are being silent on this. They don't know what to do because, the championing of women's rights for years and years and years has been more more liberal and progressive than it has been conservative. And now it's the other way around. Conservatives are fighting.
It's TDS. It's TDS. If Biden was saying that this shouldn't be happening, no one would care. It's TDS. Once again, Trump could cure cancer. Trump could go in and stop all the murders in Iran. Trump could stop all the drugs coming into this country. He could actually stop illegals that are, some of which are murderers and rapists with long criminal backgrounds being released from prisons around the world and mental institutions from coming in, and they're gonna hate it. They're gonna argue the other side no matter what.
Yeah, that is true. There are people that no matter what he does, they believe he doesn't make it easy either. I mean, there used to be something called decorum or tact, and he doesn't care. That's one thing. I mean, didn't he just flip somebody the bird who flipped him the bird? I mean, the president.
Yeah, that was beautiful though. The guy deserved it, right? He's
so what would you rather though, Tom? Would you rather have the babbling idiot that never answers a question, never gets in front of a camera, and when he does say something, you have no idea if that's how he really thinks, or would you rather have a president that what the hell's going on? Well, you know what he's thinking.
Well, one thing is for sure, we did get a president that is not a politician. I mean, he is absolutely, positively not playing a game of popularity.
Or he's redefining politician.
Anyway, 303-713-8255. By the way, insurance is really important, and you can get an insurance checkup from Compass Insurance Group by simply calling this number or going online, theinsurancehelpcenter.com or 303-996-9000. Find out if you're paying too much, if you're underinsured, overinsured, or can make improvements. It's 303-996-9000.
Thank you. Nothing for you. Please wander off.
Thank you.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station. Ryan Schuling, Tom Martino, Michael Brown Reloaded, and Dan Kaplis. This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW. Now, impact traffic.
Yeah, we're looking a whole lot better out here now. They did clear the northbound 25 at 6. Backups have dissipated quite nicely. 225 looks better coming in.
Is Paul still listening?
Thank you.
Paul?
It appears to be just volume west on 270. It's right at Vasquez. It is backed up just a little bit, but not really seeing much of anything else. No problems as far as accidents currently. And I-70 does remain open.
Paul? Hey, Paul.
With traffic, I'm Jonathan.
Paul?
Report is sponsored by the
Paul?
Consequences. I'm Lisa Booth, and this week law enforcement analyst Paul Moreau talks Maduro's arrest, and Senator Marsha Blackburn breaks down her push to deport and denationalize the Minnesota fraudsters. Listen to The Truth with Lisa Booth on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
CMG, I'll tell you what, if you need a home loan, maybe a
Paul?
Yes, sir.
There's actually some truth to the theory that a lot of good male stock was lost in World War II, maybe not necessarily Korea and Vietnam, but that decent dads that would have raised healthy families were lost in the 40s. And so there was some trickle down to the pussification of America and the world.
I have to agree with you. Think about this. The VCR became the babysitter, right?
Thank you.
Oh, I love that.
Once the VCR became the babysitter, then I think that was the birth of all the craziness we have today, because you don't have what you just said, the parenting structure.
Right. Well, I was kind of on the cusp there. We were still the parents would lock us out and come back at dark kind of deal,
Yeah, that's right.
That was me. There was no VCR. It was you were going out and playing.
Yeah, come home when the street light. I had to come inside when the street lights came on.
That's it. Isn't that crazy compared to how the kids are now? We got AirPod tags or whatever on them, air tags. Yeah, so I don't know.
How about I remember like when our kids were little, so like around 2004 or 5, we'd go to the mall sometimes and there'd be parents with kids on leashes.
Yeah, I remember that.
I forgot about that. That's right.
Yeah, like I always went, oh man, I wonder if they're retractable. I'll let them out a little further today.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and if I was going to raise another kid now, I'd just use a shock collar.
Good call. Well, and some of the people that we used to beat up in school have become leaders now, and it's revenge of the nerds, kind of, in that we bullied these people. Now they're going to show us who's boss, and they're in charge of everything. Got to put their heads back in the turlet.
I'll tell you what really started is when John Wayne died. That's it.
No more. God. It's so funny because honestly, if Bill Clinton in his president days, not the Bill Clinton now, I have no idea who that is, but if he ran again, I'd probably vote for him. I mean, it's crazy. I wouldn't vote for him over Trump, but I'd probably vote for him over a lot of other people on the right.
I just don't think in today's world, the common sense factor, people don't think things through. It's all about, it's an issue. And even if, it's all about me being right, you being wrong, there's no common ground. There's no, let's think this through.
We all fall into that, though, Paul. I fall into that. I think it was Mike Rosen that used to say, you're voting party over the person. And I definitely agree with that if you want to get something done. And I think it would be the same thing when you're up against an issue. You're really voting for the party on that issue. Sometimes not necessarily the issue.
That's true. I agree. That's it.
Like, I'm with Tom. I could care less if someone's transgender or anything, but I definitely do not think it's fair where you have people making the team, and it doesn't happen a lot. I think they had 600 or 700 examples, people not making the team or losing a trophy to a biological man. And all I can do is think of my own daughter and go how unfair that would be.
Well, especially now with all the money that's going into college athletes. I mean, college sports, football players are making millions of dollars in school now, the transfer portal. Yeah. So how's that going to affect other sports?
Well, very rarely is a woman going to make as much as one of the guys in these, and so we don't have to worry about a guy dropping down to take some of the money that they wouldn't be getting as a woman. Yeah, they're not going to overpay.
Right.
Well, and I go back to the WNBA. Think way.com.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK is our number. You can call 303-MARTINO 24/7, 303-627-8466, and get right through. One of the things I was texted on is something that has bothered me for a while, and I swear, there's a phenomenon online where products are advertised either inside a game, like before you start the next game, it plays a little 30-second blurb or 15-second blurb, and then if you wait for a few seconds, you can skip it. Others make you watch an ad, okay? And they're very famous on games. I play a lot of games to keep my mind sharp. I love them. And then in between, you got to watch these stupid ads. And Instagram has ads, and TikTok, they all have ads, right? One thing I've noticed about these products is when you order them and they're not what they should be, or they're not what they're cracked up to be, there's really no one to complain about, because it's not like they have a website where you can go to the website, see the product, and complain about it. Or it's not like they have a store online. It's just done through these ads. So it's hard to attack them because they are almost invisible except in these ads. One of them that I noticed, that I finally saw an article about it, there was an ad that came up a lot about a robotic puppy. And so if you've ever been playing a video game or something, or a game online on your phone or whatever, and this commercial comes up, they're showing literally real puppies. You can tell they're real puppies, saying, 100% like real, a cute, cuddly puppy. And it's an absolute scam, And you could tell it's an absolute scam, but this person even noted that there's nowhere to complain about it, and there's nowhere even for the government to go after these things. Even when they arrive, they don't arrive with returning addresses or anything that you can trace, and they often come from overseas if you track the package. But this robotic puppy, has anyone seen these ads? If you play games or you go on?
I've seen them, Tom.
Have you? Okay, because you play a lot of games, and this little tiny white puppy they show is the cutest little puppy in the world. It's a 100% ripoff. And this guy finally blogged about it and showed, the difference between what they show and what you get. And
isn't that with everything?
Not really. I mean, and here's, even if it is, Mark, the good part about Amazon, if you ever got something that you even question the validity of how it was advertised and how it showed up, Amazon will undo the deal in a heartbeat. I mean, and eBay has a good way of undoing deals. There are a lot of safe places to shop, but when you shop off of these ads, they're almost all misleading. I ordered this little personal shaver that I wanted to use. And I forget what I wanted to use it for. I just wanted to...
man grooming.
Yeah, but not what you think. But anyway, it looks so awesome on the ad. And it took me like 2 or 3 weeks to get it because it comes from overseas. It was a little plastic piece of crap. And there's nowhere to complain. In other words, you can't even send it back. There's nowhere. You go on the game, it's not like it's a store like Amazon. And more people are complaining about these online ads and the fulfillment because you don't have anyone to go after. Again,
I'll tell you,
they don't even give the name of a company. Go ahead.
Across the same line, a little different. Well, no, it is the same. I hate when you see a movie trailer and the movie looks great and the movie sucks, or a streaming show or anything. That's just as misleading.
Well, you're right. That is kind of misleading. Again, though, what you can do is when you start watching it, if it sucks, you just stop watching it. But once you...
That's true, but if you paid for a movie ticket at AMC, that's a different story.
Going to a theater, you're right. That would... Give me an idea of something you've recently saw that was hyped that turned out to be crap. I'm just curious, more than anything.
We walked out on one. Dang it. Hold on.
Really? Wow.
But in the meantime, Tom, at least with movies, you can check reviews and get some idea of whether it's worth watching or not. With what you're talking about, there's no one to review or complain to.
There isn't. And that's the thing about it. Even if you wanted to go online and review it on a Google review, you have to have the name of a company or something. There's no place to even complain about it. Now, they're anonymous on purpose. All they want is a one shot. They don't want you to come back. They don't care if you ever buy from them again. They just want one shot. And I don't know if they're making a lot of money on this thing, but that robotic puppy thing is it's just one of many, many ripoffs. Oh, I got to take this break, okay? Sorry.
So hold on. It was Jurassic World Rebirth.
Oh, really? Jurassic? I'm going to look that up. We got more right after this.
Yep.
There it is.
Now,
2025
impact
film.
traffic.
Yeah, we're looking a whole lot better out here now. They did clear the northbound 25 at 6. Backups have dissipated quite nicely. 225 looks better coming in from Parker also, trying to hook up with I-25 or getting into the tech center. We do have a little jamming. It appears to be just volume
But is it a
west
documentary
on
or is it about?
It's right
is it
at
a real?
Vasquez. It is backed up just a little bit, but not really seeing much of anything else. No problems as far as accidents currently. And I-70 does remain open. We may see some rock scaling here before too long. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by the Tudor Dixon Podcast.
The headlines are serious and the stakes are real. Join me on the Tudor Dixon Podcast as we break down the fallout from the ICE shooting in Minnesota, what happens next in Venezuela, and how fast we could crumble with Mamdani in charge. Listen and subscribe to the Tudor Dixon Podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You know, you may have heard of the bank statement loan, relaxed requirements and qualifications. Well, if you've been turned down for a conventional loan, you may qualify. And U.S. Mortgages, they're doing bank statement loans. They allow higher debt to income ratios, lower income, even lower credit scores. So contact my friends at U.S. Mortgages to find out more about bank statement loans. They just really go by an algorithm that shows if you're paying your bills and making regular deposits, you may be eligible for one of these loans. It's not much to qualify. They can close pretty quickly. 303 low rate. That's U.S. Mortgages. And by the way, once you are a customer of U.S. Mortgages, you're a customer for life because they'll refinance you anytime rates go down by even as little as 0.5%, and there's no limit to the number of times you can use it. USMLoan.com, 303 low rate. K&H Home Solutions, I love this company. K&H Home Solutions is there for you with windows, siding, doors, and more. K&H has what you're looking for, including they have, of course, painting pros. Now, what I like about K&H is they've been around 65 years, and the owners carry on the tradition. There have been 3 owners, and I've known all of them. The current owner, Lee Diamond and his son, provide great products at great prices. Forever siding, forever windows, products that don't require maintenance and are a great value. KHWindows.com, 303-421-7100. If you're buying a used car, don't buy it until you get it checked out by Sheridan Auto Tech. They have a special. It's a 2-hour checkout for like $120. They go through the entire car and will give you a status report. Now, Kevin Calkin over at Sheridan Auto Tech says there are times he has thwarted a deal because the buyer would have been ripped off. So by all means, insist on a checkout of your used car. And of course, they do regular maintenance repairs and electrical repairs as well for all of your cars. That's SheridanAutotech.com, 303-455-7242.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And
Hey, this is somebody right that lady that answered the phones at the studio.
Kelly?
Yeah.
She's here. She's online. Yeah.
Did you need her?
No.
Good call.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, who's BTS, Suzanne? It says BTS World Tour at Allegiant. Is that worth anything? BTS World Tour. Better than shit, BTS.
That's got to be like K-pop or something.
Some whack out
It's
shit.
really popular.
Yeah, I'm looking at their names. Jungkook, Kook, Jin, Suga. It's definitely like K-pop. And you know me, I love me some K-pop.
K-pop. Jin.
Oh shit, I didn't know my mic was hot.
K-pop. There's the robotic puppy.
I don't have the balls to buy those though.
I'm going to show it online.
What is it?
This robotic puppy bullshit.
Oh, I've seen it. The cute little tiny thing.
Yeah.
Did you order one?
No, never did. No, I knew it. You could tell by looking at it, they're lying sheets. You could just tell.
I ordered like, I think it was from Temu. I ordered like 100-piece tool set that I was going to throw in one of the cars, and it came in. All 100 pieces could fit like in half a shoebox.
Oh my God.
So I guess technically it was a 100-piece toolkit.
That's funny. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show, 303-713-8255. I'm going to switch over, and those watching on YouTube can see this robotic puppy online. I'm showing a picture. That puppy looks nothing like that. It's crazy. I'm wondering what's the biggest ripoff that you ever had when it came to advertising and the actual product. Mark says a movie. I wonder, would Suze also say the movie sucked? Jurassic World Rebirth?
Yeah, and then there was a Leonardo DiCaprio one we walked out on too. I forget the name of that.
Oh, there were like a recent one, because he won the one he was in. Was it One Battle After Another?
I think that was it. What's it about? I mean, we made it through like 15 minutes.
I know, but I wrote down a bunch of things that from the award show. I saw the Frankenstein one. Finally, there's a new Frankenstein one.
Was that good?
It sucked. It really, in my opinion, it sucked. I don't like when they take classics like that and try to redo them, and they don't follow the original story at all. It just really sucked. Frankenstein, and then I didn't see One Battle After Another, but there's one called Hamnet's supposed to be great, and some others. And then Deputy Doc told me about Slow Horses. That won a lot of prizes. We'll talk more coming right up.
For plumbing, heating, cooling.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
So, guys, see that puppy on there? You will never see a puppy like that. It will never look like that. Never, ever, ever look like that.
Oh, that's so cute. I'm going to get 2 of them.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Tom?
Yeah.
Is that Frankenstein movie after the Mary Shelley novel?
Not really. It didn't really follow any storyline that I've ever known, and there was no Igor, which pissed me off.
Igor.
Well, there was also the one recently with the chick as the monster.
And he never said, "It's alive! It's alive!"
Hey, Google. What was the Frankenstein monster with a female as the... Oh, God damn it, you suck, dick.
Wasn't it Mrs. Bride of Frankenstein?
That's funny. Hey, Google. What was
Hey,
the
who switched? Wait a
Frankenstein
minute.
movie with a woman playing the monster?
There was a Red Rocks yesterday. How come I didn't see that come up? Did you overwrite that, Tom, or something?
No.
Poor Things.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Emma Stone. Poor
Shannon,
Things.
did you get that email from Mark?
I'll talk to you in a minute.
Okay.
Poor Things. Emma Stone played the
God,
most.
I hear that echo like crazy.
Well, that's
Yeah,
because
I'm
my
working on an
my
email,
mic
but I'm
my
trying,
mic
I
is
gotta
on
do
too.
something else. I'll be around. I'll be back. I'll explain it.
Okay.
So, Mark, what is happening with her? Are they going out of business or what?
I have no idea. So she does have someone calling around to customers. I'm not sure. Yeah, there's communication now. I don't know what's going on with her though. I hate to say it. My assumption is she's still in the. I don't know, man. She could be on her deathbed. Like,
it's so sad.
I just don't fucking know.
Yeah, I know. So sad.
I mean, what do you do? I just don't know.
At least we still have Tom.
Hold on.
Hey, what do you guys want me to say? Because I already had a call yesterday about them.
I don't think we should talk about it on YouTube right now.
No, I actually kind of discussed it on air last Friday, just for a minute, though.
Did you talk about medical stuff?
Well, I just said I was talking about who we don't advertise for, and I said I've called out referral list members. Before, and I basically said right now, I don't know what's going on with Brooke from Red Rocks. I mean, I literally said it, and I said I refuse, and Tom refuses. We're not going to do any lives for her until we figure it out. But I also explained it's purely 100% health. I mean, honestly, she's got brain cancer. My God, I mean that's like scary as shit. I mean, you were there. How do you even, the first couple weeks, I mean, what do you think about?
It's terrible.
Terrible.
I feel bad, man. They disappeared, though. I got no answers from any text or anything. Nothing. Not even
I know,
an
but now
acknowledgement.
there is a woman reaching out now. But that's why I pulled all her spots. So. Now, the good news is I don't think there's any took money up front and didn't do anything. I don't think that's a part of it whatsoever.
We had one woman that paid $60,000 up front and hasn't gotten anything.
What?
I haven't seen that one.
Jurassic World Rebirth.
Last one come out sideways.
Yeah, I couldn't
even know
get through
they
it.
made another
It looked like
Jurassic
every other Jurassic ever.
Anyone? Planes, trains, and automobiles. The last one came out sideways. Anyone?
Yeah, the great movie.
No? Answer the phone. It could be a job.
Shut up.
Fuck off.
Good morning, Tom Martino Show.
How late are we on this?
I might just buy my S now instead of waiting, Thomas.
The new body style's coming out soon, right?
I don't know, but they're getting rid of buying the full self-driving. They're going to make it subscription only.
No, she's not. Don't listen to her.
Right now, the incentives on the Model S is... I can't stand that echo. That's going to drive me crazy.
Well, that's me. I had the speaker up.
Oh, you turned it down. Good. So you get
So what are the
4-year premium?
The 4-year premium.
4-year premium service.
Yeah.
Free supercharging, full self-driving, and premium connectivity. So I mean, it's everything. After February, you're not going to be able to get the Lux package. Let me see if they're still offering that on the X for you.
What's the name of the company? I'm sorry, Cresco? Okay. Okay. All right, gotcha. What's your first name, sir?
Yeah, if you get the, you can get the Lux package, brother.
And we're gonna get you some help with
That goes away in about a month, just so you know.
Why are they taking it away?
Because that's how he's going to get to what he needs to get his $1 trillion bonus. They're going to go subscription. It's going to be FSD unsupervised this year, and everybody's going to end up paying for it. It'd be crazy not to have that in a Tesla. Just a business model, just like everybody, just like Microsoft. You can't buy a damn product anymore. You got to spend it on a subscription level, you know?
It's crazy. I want whoever invented that to be raped by a water buffalo in hell.
None of you...
What? It's brilliant, but I hate it. Oh, my God, it's the worst thing ever.
It is brilliant. There is no doubt. Everybody does it now.
Yep. That's how my prostitutes are doing it now. Really? I got to buy a subscription? So you're saying even if I don't... Oh, my God, really? Monthly? I know that's why it's funny. Is that I don't. I don't pay for sex. I only marry women and buy them a house and then leave. Hey.
Bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, along with Marc Mager, and our guest today is Paul the Waterman. We'll talk to him. We have Steve on the line who wants to talk about a roofer, and we'll talk about that. We have Deputy Doc at the studio, the main studio. We have Marc Mager at Casa Studio and me at Casa Studio, my Casa Studio, and I have Deputy D with me. So, Steve, what's going on with you, sir? What's happening?
Am I live?
Yes, sir, you are. I think you're alive. You sound alive to me.
All right. No, I said we're on live.
Oh, yeah, we are. What's happening?
I got supposed to have a roof put on today, and I can't get a hold of the company.
They didn't show up. Now, what about today? When did you sign the contract?
Oh, way back in September. They were supposed to be out in November, and they couldn't make it. Now, they had signs up all over the neighborhood of other people, too. They came out in their trucks. Trucks got logos, totally painted in their colors. So this wasn't like somebody showing up in a pickup truck, wanting that. They came by.
So they were originally, they promised to do it originally in October?
November.
Oh, November. And when they didn't show up in November, what did they tell you?
They said they're just too far behind. They said, just bear with us.
Okay.
So I went in December. They're supposed to get it done by Christmas. So I want to get this house for sale. Well, they said they couldn't. And now they're in January. He sent me a text message and an email a couple days ago. I didn't see him right away. My generation does things by the phone. Pick up a phone.
Yeah.
Call somebody, leave a voicemail.
Okay, so they were supposed to start today.
Correct. And he emailed me a couple days ago. I got back, and I couldn't, never heard a response. I tried calling his phone number, never heard a response. They got their business card. I got a whole portfolio from them. So this is not like this is like just a, overnight, kind of a.
Yeah.
Somebody working on the back of their truck. So the State Farm gave me half down, which I gave to them. Plus
wait a minute. Oh, my God. So wait a minute. You already paid them. Why did you pay them up front?
Half.
Why?
Because State Farm told me. Said, yeah, they're good. That's what I'm saying.
Who told you they were good? Wait. Who told you they were good?
State Farm, or the guy that came out with State Farm.
So State Farm said, hire these guys, they're good.
Yeah, the kid that came out who's a claim adjuster for the State Farm, and I figured they all knew each other, and Said, yeah, they had their trucks. The trucks were completely painted in their company
It doesn't
logos.
matter it doesn't matter that they're painted with logos. That seems to be, you mentioned that 4 times now. What difference does it make what they paint on their trucks? That doesn't mean they're good. And so you hired them and gave them half. How much did you pay them?
Well, State Farm paid them about $7,800.
No, you paid them.
So.
The check went to you and then it went to them, right?
Yes, correct.
So now what does State Farm say? Since they recommended this roofer and said hire them, they're good. What do they say now about it?
Said, well, we don't get involved in, contractor customer disputes.
But wait, you said, wait a minute. Your guy told me to hire them. What did they say about that?
Not much. Not being very helpful right at the moment.
Did you ask State Farm for contact information for this company?
They had their signs around, put up around the neighborhood.
Right. That wasn't my question.
What's the name? What's the name of the company? We're trying to figure out who we get. What's the name of the company?
Yeah. The Roof Co. And they got their office number. They got an address is 7600 East Arapahoe Road.
Have you ever driven by 7600 East Arapahoe?
In Centennial, Colorado. No, I live way up in Westminster.
Okay, so what phone number do you have for Roof Co?
It's 720-222-338.
Wait, that's not enough numbers, bro. 720-222.
-338.
That's not a number, man. That's 720-222-388. That's not a number. The phone number has to have
3338. 3338.
Okay, 3338. Okay, got it. So when we call that number, what will we get?
You'll get a recorder. You'll get a recording from Roofco, and I can give you their salesman's number as well. He texted me and emailed me a few days ago.
What did he say?
Setting up a time. Well, let me see if I can get
I
that
fear,
for you.
and it's Roofco, ROOFCO. Is that right?
Yeah, roof space CO period.
Jesus, I don't even know if that's a real company. You found him? Did you find that phone number, D?
Not that number. There's an 800 number, so it looks like it's going to, somewhere, perhaps a national franchise or something like that.
Maybe a lead aggregator?
Yeah, there's, look at this.
I hear that message. Is that Kelly trying to get through to them? I heard that message. Yeah, hold on a sec. Yeah, man, this sucks.
I'll give them a call at this 800 number. I'll see if they're still in.
Yeah, but
I just called them on that number.
Oh, okay.
On the 800 number?
Oh, no, on the 720 number. It went right to voicemail.
Yeah, let's see. I want to try something. Let's see what's going on here.
I can read you his January 8th email.
Hold on, let's see what's going on here. This is Roof Co. Roof Co. 720-222-3338. Huh. We're not even getting anything now. We were getting a voicemail before.
Thank you for calling Roof Co. We are currently unable to take your call, so please leave your name and your phone number, and we will return your call as soon as possible. You can also send a text message to this number. Thank you.
All right, so people, we can leave it's 720-222-3338. You ought to text them and let them know. I think you lost your $8,000, Steve. You don't want to hear this, but I think the reality is you probably just got cheated. Now, the Contractors Trust Act should be invoked here. And it could be criminal, but most likely not. Most likely nothing's going to happen, unfortunately. And how did you first find these guys? How did you first find them?
Well, they found me. They come all the time.
Did they knock on your door? They knocked on your door. The number one way not to pick a roofer, the number one way to get ripped off is to pick a roofer with a knock at the door. That's most rip-offs start with a knock at the door. And you prove it right there. So let's try that 800 number or that toll-free number, see what we get. Hold on, Steve. We'll see if we can, get something here going. People, how many times do I have to tell you never to pay money up front? Just never. Just don't pay money up front. How about that? Don't pay money up front. Then they're going to come after you. That's what you do. They'll come after you to want to get paid, but they'll have to start work or do something. I don't know. I mean, I say this every single day. Every single day, people give money up front for nothing. Never do it. Don't. That's the way I do business. I do not give money up front. There are rare exceptions with materials being ordered. That's a whole separate ballgame and a way to go about it. But in general, I never give money for nothing ever. It doesn't matter if they're on my referral list. I will not give money for nothing. I will not do it. And you shouldn't either. DenverRegen.com, stem cell therapy for painful joints, including tennis elbow, lower back, neck. They have great results. I was a patient. They got me out of pain. They can get you out of pain too. DenverRegen.com.
Look, your body's unique, why
yeah.
settle for a one-size-fits-all wellness plan?
I
That's
forgot
where
about it.
Viome comes in. Viome uses advanced science to analyze your gut biome with a simple at-home test, so you know exactly what foods and supplements are right for you, all based on real data from your own body. And you know what? That's science you can trust. Go to Viome.com now and use promo code THRIVE to save $50 on your full promo code THRIVE to save $50.
U.S. Mortgages can get you a bank statement loan, which is much easier to qualify for than a conventional loan. They can do a 4.75 or below right now, 4.75 or below. Just give them a call and you can figure out a loan for you for 5 years. It's fixed. You can refi out of it anytime you want. All you have to do is let them know when rates go down to 0.5%, they refinance you free of charge, and there's never a charge for doing it. And there's no limit to the number of times they will refinance you. They're 30 years strong. They shop the markets for their customers to find the best deals. 303 low rate. 303 low rate. Hey, Fix It 24/7 will give you the best refurbishment of your furnace for the best price, bar none. You will never get a company to do this level of work for $39. But if you've never had it done, that's what it costs you, just $39. They take your furnace apart, they clean every nook and cranny, put it all back together with a guarantee, no breakdown guarantee for the entire heating season. Rest assured, you're adding life and efficiency to your furnace for just $39. To book it, go online, fixmyhome.com, book now. Fixmyhome.com, book now.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, all right, what?
Yeah, just... I like when you said, is that Kelly trying to call him? Yeah, Kelly isn't the one here in the studio that accidentally forgets to turn off her microphone.
Oh.
Fucking dog. God damn it.
Oh, Doc?
Yes. I'm going to hook up a timer to his microphone button that after 30 seconds electrifies his diaper.
That would do it.
Yep.
You were so mean, Shannon.
I'm not mean. I would like people around here to suck less, but I've been told to not worry about it. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm not saying anything.
Go ahead.
I was not invoked in any part of this discussion except on a very different basis.
You won't eat Chick-fil-A, will you?
No,
Why,
but
is
don't
he,
worry about me. I mean,
well, I don't want.
If that's what you want.
Yeah, but
is it because he's a Satanist?
I was going to say it's probably based on religious reasons.
No, I guess he thinks there's too many carbs in it.
Oh, I got something.
Oh, you wouldn't have eaten it a year and a half ago.
Do we have some?
Yeah, but it's not that bad.
Yeah. Did he take his name off? Did you want?
Hey, they have, just so Dimitri knows, they have a grilled sandwich, no carbs if you don't eat the bun.
You know, the stuff they shove into they inject the chicken with some sweet solution.
Oh,
so
God, okay.
They do?
You can't argue with that.
God, Dimitri.
Well, they do.
No, they do.
I mean,
yeah,
they inject it with goodness.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons it's good, yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
And they have a junior practice stripper pole in the kids area that you might like.
Nice.
Thank you.
Are you talking about
You and Summer Shady.
No. I'll jack in your box. It's just straight home with you today, right? We're not stopping for anything?
Let me see if I can get that kind. Let me see if I
Not
can
really.
get that.
I just wondered. We haven't had fun. Not since that first time I went and tried to get you drunk at
Let me see. What's that called? That barbecue place?
Buffalo
That,
Wild Wings.
Brothers Barbecue?
no, that sucks.
That's where we ordered from.
I know, but it sucked.
Oh.
I mean, did you like it?
Yeah.
You're tough.
Is there another one you like?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the name.
Do you know where they're located?
Yeah. Dave's. Famous Dave.
Oh, yeah.
Lee,
That's the place we ordered
No,
from.
I gotta get the the dog outside.
That, no,
You know,
well,
she
okay.
fought with a
Actually,
deer
that's pretty
yesterday.
good.
All right, sorry, we're already back. I'm tired.
Wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome. What's going on in your life? We're not able to get through to that number. What did you do for that number? Did you call the toll-free number?
Yes, Tom. I called the toll-free number on Roofco's website, and I got the same exact recording that you and Deputy Doc got.
Yeah. Steve, this is sad. I think that you threw $8,000 away. I don't think you're going to hear from these people. I urge people, though, to text the number. That's for sure.
Tom, if Steve emails us a copy of the contract and the back of the check, then I may be able to use some of that information to track down the company or the principals.
I wonder, when Steve said State Farm recommended him, how did they really recommend him? These guys showed up at your door, right? So how did State Farm recommend them if these guys showed up at your door? I don't get the connection between State Farm and this company. So Steve, walk me through that. You get a knock at the door and this company is talking to you. Then how do you turn that into a recommendation from State Farm? How is that a recommendation from State Farm? Are you there, Steve? He might be pissed off that I can't help or something. I don't know. So he's not on anymore. It's a lost cause.
Need some help.
Steve, are you there? Yeah, hang up. Just hang up. I'm not going to put up with this. If he can't hang on the line
It's just a bad connection, Tom.
Yeah, okay. So here's the thing. You can't hold an insurance company responsible for a bad roofer. And I doubt that he recommended him. I think, I don't get it when he said they recommended him, yet he said they knocked at his door.
Insurance companies are super careful not to recommend service providers.
Some insurance companies, if they've done business with them before, then they say, yeah, we worked with these before, they're okay. Because they cut the check, if I'm not mistaken, directly to that vendor.
Yeah, they do. And then they say we have nothing to do with it.
So, I mean, he's not out the money. It's the payment from the insurance company.
Well, yeah, but he is out the money because the insurance won't pay twice.
Well, but then the insurance company, I think, because they wrote the check. I'm asking a question. Don't they get involved then and say,
No,
hey, wait a minute?
they don't actually. That's the problem. We've had cases where the insurance company pays out and then says, so sad, we can't do anything about it. You should have picked a better roofer. The insurance companies, that's why they're very careful. And technically, I believe, I don't know how they make it is a good topic. Does the insurance company actually write the check to the roofer? And if they do, can you hold them to a higher level of responsibility? I mean, it's a good topic, but I doubt the practicality is that you can.
Did they pull a permit on the roof?
Well, that part, they didn't even show up, so I doubt they pulled a permit. They never even showed up, not once. They went there to give an estimate and then never went back. But how many people listening to me right now? Here's what I'd love to know. And we have a lot of listeners who listen and never call, and I know it by the approaches we get and the emails and the texts. And I want to know, though, how many people listening to my voice right now, have money out on a promise, not just with roofers, but with anyone. How many do you think? Anybody want to take a guess? Do you know it's almost commonplace now? And when I ask, why did you pay money up front? The dumbest excuse I've ever heard, ever in my life, well, they required it. They required it. That's not an excuse. They required it. And you say, well, I don't do business that way. Then what would they say? Goodbye? Well, then goodbye. If enough people start saying goodbye, then companies will change. But it's never, ever going to change as long as there are pigeons out there who will lay down, they give money out and lose the money. How many right now? Right now. If you've paid money out right now, I want to tell you that probably half of you will be ripped off. That means nothing in return. Nothing. You're going to be ripped off. And I want to know how you feel about it. And I don't care who you're dealing with. There's probably a 50-50 chance when you hand money over to a contractor, you will be ripped off. Contractors are not to be trusted. That should be the default. Then when you find an exceptional contractor, that is the exception to the rule. The rule is, unfortunately, since COVID, the default is most contractors are scum. Isn't that too bad? And I'll tell you why. Because our state encourages crime. Our state does nothing to help you. Nothing. Nothing. So every once in a while, you hear about the attorney general filing a lawsuit against a company, or they're coming down on a company. But that is they're so few and far between, these cases. And it gets tiring to go case after case after case like this, where people just get ripped off. And there's nothing we can do about it, because once it happens, it's done. It's just done. 303-713-8255. What's on your mind today? Who have you paid? I mean, really, when I went over all of my problems for last year, and I did my year-end report, the number one problem, bar none, number one problem, paying money up front, not getting product, or getting poor product in return. Number one problem. I mean, so doesn't that stand to reason? And another one where you'll get ripped off, moving companies. How many times have I told people don't pay money up front? And what do? They get a mover they never even met before. They go online and they literally wire money or send a credit card payment or a debit card payment or an ACH payment to a stranger they've never met before. And then they wonder why there are problems. All right. Paul, somebody wants to know, they've heard about our specials we're running that through you. And I want to capsulize them. $2,500 for a computerized whole house softening system. How does that differ from the $46.95 whole house softener with the reverse osmosis? Is it that with reverse osmosis added to it, or is there something more about that 4695 one?
They're completely different units.
Okay. So the 4695, which comes with reverse osmosis for drinking water, which is unbelievable. How does that whole house softening system differ from the $2,500 softener?
$2,500 softener is just a water softener, smart computer water softener. The package, the 4695, is the matrix that we put together. That's the conditioner. That's
okay. Yeah. So conditioning is different than just softening.
So the matrix conditions and softens.
What is the difference between conditioning and softening?
So for 2195, we have a whole house filter that just conditions the water that would attack the total chlorine content in the forever chemicals. Then we have the matrix that has that plus softens.
Okay.
And then, you have the reverse osmosis. That's a really popular price.
Of course it is. It blows the doors off of plumbers.
Yeah, our competitors can't touch that.
Okay, so as far as this other one, this whole house filter, if you got the matrix, the 4695, would that whole house filter for forever chemicals and chlorine and bacteria still be in order?
That's part of the matrix.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you get all of that for $46.95.
Correct.
Holy crap.
Yeah, it's a multimedia system. It's a single tank unit. It's got 2 chambers, so we separate the filter media.
Yeah.
And then the good thing is that filtration media is also rinsed in clean water. So it's a patented valve that basically uses clean water to rinse the media. And a lot of these online filter companies, they're inline filters. If you use them, they're not good for 1 million gallons of water, first of all. And also there's limitations because they're not being rinsed. It's just like a vacuum cleaner never emptying the bag.
Okay.
Right? All right. So that's like your
And how often does it get rinsed?
So it's based on usage. So we come out, we do the free water test. We test the water, the hardness and chlorine. We program it into the computer, and then it calculates how many gallons of water it can filter before it has to go through a cleaning cycle.
And it does it automatically.
Does it automatically.
All right, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. More right after this.
KRFX HD2
Mark,
Denver.
are you going to fill for Red Rocks?
Denver. Denver's talk.
All right, what's the Red Rocks plan? You good?
Guaranteed human.
I did ask Mark, and he said he'll do it.
Okay,
so,
good.
Tommy, you want to Vestera
first,
and then
right?
you'll
Got it.
do something?
Yeah, I'll do Vestora
If anyone
first.
is in that area around I-76, had a closure due to police activity all morning long. 270, a little bit of traffic. We're not seeing anything that's really going to hold you up too badly. Southbound Santa Fe at Mississippi with construction does have traffic tying up back towards I-25. So far, so good on I-70. Maybe some slight slowing at the bottom of Floyd Hill. We haven't had a closure there. Not yet, anyway, due to rock scaling. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by Wellness Unmasked with Dr. Nicole Saphier.
Your health deserves facts and not fear. Join me, Dr. Nicole Saphier, on Wellness Unmasked as we break down the latest health and wellness news and headlines. What matters, what doesn't, and what you need to know. Listen and subscribe to Wellness Unmasked on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Becoming a landlord is way more than just buying a property and renting it out. You have to figure out where you want to do it. Colorado is one of the worst markets in the country because prices are so high. Rents, of course, are not anything compared to the debt service, and it's just a terrible market. The laws are outrageously against a landlord. Vestera Turnkey researches markets around the country to find the most favorable markets to be a landlord, where equity grows and where rents are strong and the economy strong. Become a Vestera landlord. They help you acquire a property, rent it out, manage it, and then sell it when it comes time to sell in 2 to 3 years. VesteraTurnkey.com, 303-888-3788.
You know, Tom and I are looking for some experts to help us on the show. If you listen to the show, we have lots of experts on all the time. Attorneys, contractors, roofers, you name it. We are looking for a family law expert to align with us for all the calls that we get from people with family law questions about divorce and kids and everything else you can imagine. The other one is appliance repair. We're looking for that too. Please reach out to me directly if you think your company's a fit. And you got to be a good company. You got to be a good attorney. Reach out to help at troubleshooter.com. Help at troubleshooter.com. They'll forward it directly to me, and we'll talk. I look forward to hearing from you.
I would say,
Fabulous. How do you do it?
You know what it is? It's something you're born with.
Do you guys see where that ICE
like
agent
type
had
1
internal bleeding
diabetes.
from that lady hitting him in the car?
Really?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Shannon Mark. Oh, shoot, Poodle.
Shoot a poodle. Did I say shoot poodle or shoot a poodle?
So it's all good.
This fucking feast.
I don't have to email. I can just stay the hell out of it, right?
Yeah, because then the guy said,
Just medium.
okay, no worries, I
Get a
will
sandwich.
reschedule.
No, I'm talking about like barbecue here for this. I mean, yeah, sandwich is good too.
Boy, if you told me that Tom would sit around thinking about food for long
much as he
periods
does,
of time, I'd say no way. Not my Tommy.
Nope.
I weigh 150 pounds and I lose it.
I understand 100%. I'm just saying it was not that way for
No, I know that
70
for
years.
damn sure. God, I had to hold off from.
Although, during some of the holidays, you put on some weight.
Yeah, I did.
Get a barrel of chicken.
A box of chicken?
No, a barrel of chicken. Get a barrel of ribs, barrel of fries.
Ooh. I like barbecue. We had some. I made some ribs Sunday that would put most people in the grave. They were so good. They would have thought they died and went to heaven.
Do you take the time to take the membrane off the back of the ribs?
Hell yeah. So these I did. So I do a 3-2-1. I smoked them for 3 at 225. I pulled them out. I put a ton of habanero, it's a habanero sauce, a really good sticky barbecue sauce, a ton of sugar, brown sugar, a ton of brown sugar, and a ton of butter. And then for 2 hours, I let them sit there and marinate back on the smoker at 225. Then I pull them out, and I put them back in to firm them up for about an hour. They're so unbelievable. And they're good for you. Low fat, no carbs. I use no carb sugar.
Brown sugar's good for you.
Any sugar's good for you. If
Brown
it makes you
sugar's not
smile,
good for
it's
you.
good for you.
So how do you take, I'm curious, if you don't mind me asking, what do you do to get the membrane off the back of your rib?
I usually have a paper towel in one hand, and I grab the paper towel, and usually at the bigger side of the ribs, I kind of use my fingernail to get a little part of it. Then I use a paper towel to grab it and rip it all off. Once you've done it 100 times, it's really pretty easy. And if the membrane does usually, your ribs might be a little past their prime. I'm not saying that, but they could be a little past their prime.
Somebody told me that they leave the membrane on. I forget who it was, because it said it helps when you're cooking to soak the juices into the rib meat, because it doesn't escape so easy. Have you heard of that?
Say it again.
Some people say, I forget who it was.
They leave it on?
They leave it on, so when you're cooking the rib, that membrane helps keep all the marinade and everything you put on top of the rib to stay, and helps with the flavor.
I don't agree with that. So I don't know how your rub would penetrate into the meat with the membrane there. I mean, I'm sure it gets through a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not
And
an
then
expert.
when you're baking, when you're smoking with brown sugar and everything, I mean, you really
Tom, you're
want
an
that to
expert at rubbing
saturate
meat.
in there.
Hi, Tom Martino, here with you with Marc Mager and Paul the Waterman, talking about your problems, questions, and complaints. And we had something. I'm trying to figure out the call that came in, but it was Christy, and I've had a lot of comments overnight about it. Christy, 2 years ago, bought a 2014 GMC Yukon Denali, I believe it was. 104,000 miles on it. She went to an at-home mechanic, a guy that works out of his house, because the engine was knocking. She spent $6,000 with the guy, and she said she was ripped off. He didn't do anything but made it worse. So she took him to court and got a default judgment because he didn't show up. But then he hired an attorney and had the default judgment set aside. And she said so far she's already spent $45 on an attorney, and that didn't work out. So she's out $6,000 for the mechanic and $4,500 for an attorney, for a total of $10,500. She wants to go to court. She's asking for $22,000 because he ruined her Denali, but her Denali was never worth $22,000 in recent history. So she's really jousting at windmills, as they say, because even a victory is only going to get her what her 2014 GMC Yukon is worth, and it's not going to be $22,000. We tried to encourage her to talk to an attorney about this because she's going to trial. I've gotten texts saying that she's going to lose. They said, look, if I'm just a regular person listening to this as a member of the jury, I only listen to one side, and I think she's wrong. So these are people listening to one side of the story and saying that the woman is all wet. You know, she said there was no contract whatsoever, and therefore he did what he could to get the car running, and she claims he ruined it. Even if he did ruin it, where does $22,000 come from? And that's what I don't understand. And that's one of the biggest problems, I think, when people take companies to court. It's not a candy store. You weren't here yesterday, but we talked a lot about procedure. And Mark and I talked about a woman one time who had a great case. Mm-hmm. This roofing company ripped her royally. Mark, you don't even remember part of it, or you may not even remember part of it, but they were living in the house while they were working on it while she was out of town. They were living in there, making it their home, and they did such a lousy job. They had roof shingles up over bare areas where there was no decking underneath it. It was so clearly a bad job. She not only lost the court case on procedure because she couldn't get her expert witnesses admitted. They said you didn't follow the rules of evidence. So she didn't get the rules, or excuse me, the evidence admitted. They had all kinds of defenses, and they countersued her and not only got a judgment against her, but got attorney's fees because her case was ruled frivolous, and she ended up losing her home.
Oh, God, what
Think
a
about
tragic. That's absolutely tragic.
And Mark was actually there observing it because we told her what to do, not like legally, but saying, look, make sure when you go, you have everything, all your ducks in a row. And Mark said she fumbled around. And what was the biggest problem, Mark? The judge just shot her down at every juncture. She thought she was going to be able to talk.
None of her witnesses, she didn't get her witnesses put in correctly, so they weren't actually
allowed
expert witnesses. But as a side note, Dee will get a kick out of this, man. So her husband was going to help her, sit next to her and just hand her papers and do stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And he got really sick, and she needed someone to help keep her organized. So I ended up sitting next to her during the trial.
Oh, geez.
Okay? Not giving her any legal advice whatsoever, because I'm not an attorney.
You know why he's bringing this up,
here she'd say.
I don't know why.
Listen to why he's bringing this up. Go ahead.
Here's Exhibit A. Here's Exhibit B, and I just hand her the stuff, okay? So I handed her the stuff. Then when lunchtime would come, this trial went on for a full week, or at least 4 days. So when lunch would come up and the judge would dismiss the jury and everybody would adjourn for lunch, I'd go out and I'd call into the show because it was around noon. And I would talk on the show live with Tom going, oh, man, they are just running over. The judge wouldn't allow this. It's not looking good. And these other attorneys, the roofers hired, what a bunch of clowns. These guys are absolutely jerks, blah, blah, blah. So day 2 goes by, and I come back in from lunch, and those 2 attorneys are talking to the judge. The jury hasn't been called in yet, and they sit back down. No, I'm sorry, the jury was called in, and they sit down after talking to the judge, and the jury gets dismissed. The judge goes, you guys got to go back to the back room. I've got an issue here. And the jury can't hear this. So the jury goes away. The judge plays a recording of me about an hour before live on the radio cutting up these other attorneys and the judge himself.
Which has nothing
and
to do...
And he's ready to hold me in contempt.
Now, how do you
and
hold
I have
someone
no
in
idea.
contempt for behavior outside of a court? You can't. There was no gag order on
no
this
kidding,
case.
nor did he. But he was so pissed about it, and the other attorneys went after me through, what's it called? What's the board called?
It was called the Supreme Court Grievance Committee or the Oversight Committee. Supreme Court.
For practicing law without a license.
Right. Right.
So all of a sudden, I've got this head honcho in Colorado on the bar administration calling me up doing a full investigation. Now, it was evident I wasn't giving any legal advice.
None.
I was simply handing her stuff. So all that got dropped. But man, that judge scared the hell out of me.
And
I
the
remember
judge was-
texting Tom.
The judge was threatening us because we were talking about the case. And we said...
They even came after
can't-
you, remember?
Yeah. I said, you can't tell us what to talk about on the air. You can't tell us that.
God, I texted Tom while I was sitting there just getting lambasted. I said, it was so funny, too, because they're playing this recording from the guy's phone where I'm going, yeah, the judge seems like a clown. It was unbelievable. And so I'm texting Tom. I said, if I get thrown in jail, you are bailing my ass out today. But I got up and split.
This brings
as
up
fast as you could imagine.
This brings up a good topic I wanted D to weigh in on because he does a lot of lawsuits on his own. Remember, representing himself, which is totally allowed. And procedure is everything. If they have an attorney there, they can get you on procedure.
Oh, yeah, Tom, procedures are absolutely important, but they're not very difficult to learn. So let me start with...
What are some of the most common mistakes they make with procedure, consumers?
Well, I don't know because
You've never observed somebody taking somebody to court?
I have, but when I started, I sat in on a whole bunch of small claims actions. And what I found is that even though small claims has procedures, they're rarely, if ever, enforced.
They're relaxed.
So if you're not good at following procedures or don't feel like learning them, stay in small claims.
Yeah. So let's now graduate to county court.
Yeah, that's where I went
district court.
a couple of
Tell
months
me,
ago.
how do procedures play into it? You could literally have documents and evidence and experts that will never be heard.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you have evidence, you have to present it to the judge first. You know, this is my exhibit 1, and I describe the exhibit.
Yeah.
I tell them where I got it, how I
But
came
you
to
have
be in
to you have to
possession.
submit it ahead of time.
Well, in county court, you have to submit them ahead of time to the opposing party. I didn't have to submit anything to the judge, but I
No.
brought a binder of all of my exhibits and handed that to the judge.
But they have, through discovery, though, you have to give it to the other side.
Yeah, not just through discovery. You're required to it's called disclosure.
Disclosure. That's what her problem was, Mark, part of it. She did not do disclosure.
You have to disclose, and then you have to authenticate these exhibits, and then you have to ask the judge to admit each exhibit in turn into evidence. You don't just present the exhibits and say, hey, look at exhibit 1. You have to explain why it's correct. I had to ask the judge to admit every exhibit into evidence.
And so if you have evidence that shows that this was a terrible job and they shouldn't have charged this much and it was against code and all that, but you can't get it admitted, it's as if you don't have it.
Yeah. And in fact, you know, now that I go back in my memory here, about a year ago, I sat in on a county court case where a consumer sued a solar company.
Right.
And he was pro se. He didn't have an attorney. They did. So when he got up, and I just happened to be hanging out at the courthouse, so I thought I'd sit in. He got up and said, "Judge, this is my exhibit, 3." And the judge said it hasn't yet been exhibited to evidence. And the guy was completely lost. He didn't know what that meant. He said, "Well, how do I do that?" And the judge said, "I'm not allowed to give you
legal advice." Right.
So the guy couldn't even get any of his exhibits admitted, and I left because it was just so heartbreaking to watch.
By the way, if you have any problems, questions, or complaints, our number is 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. Renew Home Innovations, the guaranteed lowest price on your furnace replacement. Now's the season. It's not too cold. Get it while you can and get the guaranteed lowest price, 303-904-2000.
Thank you.
Now, impact traffic.
Yeah, we're doing quite well out on the highways right now. They have reopened Federal, by the way, if anyone is in that area around I-76. Had a closure due to police activity all morning long. 270, a little bit of traffic. We're not seeing anything that's really going to hold you up too badly. Southbound Santa Fe at Mississippi with construction does have traffic tying up back towards I-25. So far, so good on I-70. Maybe some slight slowing at the bottom of Floyd Hill. We haven't had a closure there. Not yet, anyway, due to rock scaling. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by Wellness Unmasked with Dr. Nicole Saphier.
Your health deserves facts and not fear. Join me, Dr. Nicole Saphier, on Wellness Unmasked as we break down the latest health and wellness news and headlines. What matters, what doesn't, and what you need to know. Listen and subscribe to Wellness Unmasked on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, you may have been turned down recently for a loan, and you may wonder why. Well, guess what? U.S. Mortgages would love to take a look at what happened because they have bank statement loans that can get you qualified with higher debt to income ratios, lower income, lower scores. Yes, where others say no, U.S. Mortgages says yes. So no matter what your situation, let them shop around for a great mortgage for you with rate and terms that you like. In fact, you can always say no, right? But why not say yes to a 5-year fixed rate right now, a 4.75 or below? Yeah, 5 years. Now, you can refi out of it at any time because when rates go down by 0.5% and you're a U.S. Mortgages customer, they automatically will do it free of charge upon asking. That's it. No lender fees, no appraisals, and there's no limit to the number of times you can do it. That's usmloan.com, 303-LOW-RATE, 303-LOW-RATE. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. He's the guy you call when you want to know what will my house sell for? Yeah, you don't have to have it listed. You don't have to experiment. A lot of brokers experiment. They put a price out there and they have no idea if it's going to sell for that. And many times they start out high and end up low. Frank Duran, the real estate man, does just the opposite. He puts a price up there he knows will garner several offers and often gets more than the asking price, and he sells it quicker than most anyone, and he has stats to prove it. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
Is life insurance?
Gosh, thanks, Tom.
Can I still pause in just a couple minutes?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Huh?
I'll be back.
Get out.
Yeah. Hold on.
Aw. Are you going to be healthy enough for me to drive you home?
I'm fine. It's this.
You don't have to explain it. I'm just teasing you after you were asking because I was coughing after chugging 2 liters of Diet Mountain Thunder. The Walmart in-store brand. Diet Mountain Thunder. Oh, pardon me. It's Mountain Lightning. It's Dr. Thunder that she uses.
Yeah, Dr. Thunder. I was gonna say that's like the Walmart brand.
It is. So the Thunder and Light, I have gone in there for specifically the Thunder and Lightning combo. The Diet Fake Dr. Pepper and the Diet Fake Mountain Dew, bam.
Boy, if I get up, you guys just shut up. It's crazy.
Well, they got nothing to add. Have you listened before? So, Kelly, you going to come knock on my van window, wake me up 2 p.m.?
No, I'm gonna call you.
All right.
I did that once, and you were naked.
Uh-huh.
So I'm not gonna do that again.
Mm-hmm.
Butter and jelly?
Mm-hmm.
I do that with English muffins.
English muffins, too much for me. Too much contour. Too much texture.
Too many nooks and crannies.
I don't eat a lot of bread like that, but English muffins are delicious.
Well, yeah, but...
Yeah, you got a full face of teeth.
Aren't they sourdough? I'm pretty sure they are.
No, it's wheat.
It is?
Yeah.
What's going on?
And semolina, summer semolina.
Who? Hold, please.
And search football to dive in.
Hello, Tom Martino here with Major Marc Mager and the gang. We have problems, questions, complaints we're talking about, and I have a text here about lead in water. Is that a problem, Paul the Waterman? Is lead a problem with water?
In certain neighborhoods, if the infrastructure's old, it is. Denver still sends out filter pitchers in certain neighborhoods that...
So what makes it a problem? It's the lead piping? Is it leaching from the pipes?
Right. There's two things that can occur. If your home has copper pipes and it where lead solder was used, then that's absolutely a source of lead in the drinking water, or the old infrastructure where the lead pipes providing the water, to you. There's a study that's done that, a lot of municipalities like Denver, Chicago, Philadelphia, New York, their infrastructure dates back to the 1930s and 40s.
So there are lead pipes in the ground.
Yes. And some older than that. So that's something that's where it comes from. Lead can occur up in the foothills because, it can be in rock and water sits up in the foothills. You don't have an aquifer. So that water sits in a crater, so to speak, underground, and water dissolves rock. So that's
someone wants to know this new PEX plumbing. Does it present any leaching?
No, not the new generation. It doesn't have any, the modern
no plastics.
Nothing.
Because we hear a lot about plastics. Where are the plastics coming from if they're not coming from pipe?
Well, the plastics come from the landfill. Plastics
so
don't deteriorate.
It leaches into the water through the ground.
Yeah, there's a study that's done that every major body of water in Colorado has microplastics in it. Every single body of water.
Where does so it comes from the landfills and the trash leaching into the ground,
and then what it also then it gets so small that it basically it gets absorbed with moisture in the rain clouds.
Does anything come out of sewage and like for example, where they aerate on leach fields and stuff in commercial water treatment? Does that contribute?
That contributes. Plus, that's also a source of the forever chemical contamination.
We'll talk about this and more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. Get your calls in at 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. More right after this on the Troubleshooter Show.
Thank you.
I'm going to go. I got to figure out what the water, man. Damn it.
To try to defend. I mean, I could put you on with Tom to talk about it, but he's probably going to tell you, you might need to Google somebody. What's your name? Christian. Okay, Christian. And Crystal. All right. Crystal, what exactly
Kelly?
Yeah.
Hey, Kelly, it's Dimitri.
She's on the phone.
Oh.
So you know she's dead to us.
I have a Roofco update. I just spoke with them.
Oh, cool.
Did somebody just fall out of their chair?
Nope, not yet.
Okay.
And I didn't save that yet.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yesterday's was really weird. I tried to copy something from it, put it in it just wouldn't do
So
it.
you had an issue today.
It was it corrupted itself. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I've got a former gynecologist on right now. He's one of our deputies,
Yeah, so I
so
just
he
went in
can
and tried to
probably
highlight
help
something
you
because
out.
Mark was like, "Hey, take this for later." So I tried to save it. There was nothing there. So I stopped it, tried to look at it. There was nothing there. It's like I don't.
Okay. Yes, you will be on air. We are a live talk radio show, so that's what we do. Okay, well then, I wish you all the best of luck, but we don't.
Maybe we'll break up the boredom if you go take that photo that we've been discussing.
Okay, bye.
Hi, Kelly. I have a Roofco update whenever you have time.
Okay. You're open. Did you call the 720 or the 800 number?
800. And they called me back.
Very slow today, so you are good.
So did you end up ordering food?
Yeah, I can't find any good combination. I mean,
get Chick-fil-A. Don't worry about me, Tom. I mean, it's very nice of you.
yeah, I didn't want to do that.
No. Please, I insist. Seriously, it will make me feel worse knowing you're not eating than not eating than me not
You
eating.
could always do peanut butter and jelly, Tom.
Yeah.
No,
You like peanut butter and jelly, don't you?
I don't eat carbs.
None at all.
None at all.
No, and I get that. Yeah, that's.
But I used to love PBJs.
I mean, those are great.
I used to make peanut butter, jelly, Nutella, and banana. And then I would fry the sandwich so it's crispy. Oh my God, it was so good. You know what else was good is peanut butter, jelly, and bacon.
And
will you eat
potato chips?
Will you eat famous days?
Oh, of course. Just no sauce.
Yeah, they come with it.
Yeah, they come with the sauce on the side.
On the side?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how we ordered it last time. I think it's automatically on the side.
Yeah, they put it on the side.
It's automatically on the side. So, Paul, you know what a Monte Cristo sandwich is?
No, what's that?
It's like a ham and cheese sandwich that's battered and deep fried.
Okay.
So I used to make that with peanut butter.
Really?
Yeah, peanut butter and bacon and jelly on the inside.
Jeez.
And then I would dip it in batter and fry the hell out of it.
Oh my God.
It was the most delicious thing ever. But man, it's a ton of carbs.
Tom, I think we should do pancakes. All this batter he's talking about. You know what I do that's really good? Is you take the green bean casserole and add ham.
Oh, of course. Absolutely. Ham and green beans with that creamy sauce is a fantastic combination.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I eat a ton of ham, so I've cooked it every way. I fry I love fried ham. I fry it in butter.
Ham's always good.
So delicious. It's like that perfectly salty, hammy flavor.
Pork chops are good too.
Yeah, you know.
You don't do applesauce anymore, then, do you?
Nope. It's all sugar. That's why it's so delicious.
I know. But fried pork chops and applesauce.
Oh yeah, that's the classic way of serving, roasted pork.
I could never do 3 things. Salmon beans, no way.
Really?
Bad. Liver and onions.
Oh, so delicious. What's the third?
That pig's liverwurst paste.
Oh God, I love that stuff.
You love liverwurst paste?
Oh my God, I love all forms of liver.
Really?
It's delicious. But
wow.
Yeah, especially the pate.
Yeah,
I make my own.
Do you do beef salad?
What salad?
Beef salad.
What's a beef? Oh, like a salad with beef?
So, I forget what it's called, but it's like a meat. Years ago, you hook it up to a counter, and you take a cooked roast, right? Trim all the fat, and then you grind it up, and like making beef salad, mayonnaise, pickles, and.
Oh yeah, I do that with like brisket or any kind of cooked meat. Sometimes I'll roast a piece of beef and then I'll make it into like a salad. Yeah, with mayonnaise, mustard,
Where I
hot sauce.
Good
Where I
afternoon.
come from in Illinois, Old Town, they used to make ham salad.
Hey, I
don't see that.
just literally
Yeah, it's
died.
rare.
So yeah, this. And I don't know. I love ham, but ham salad. Nope, didn't do it.
Even hotel even, like I'm putting an accent on it. Sorry. And yeah, on the 22nd.
I see people that make the stuffed hamburger patties. Or take a patty,
Perfect.
put the onion, the tomato, the pickle, and then they.
Of course. All right.
Put another
Hang on.
patty on top of it.
Yeah, you gotta pre-cook the onion.
Yeah.
It's not gonna get hot enough inside there to cook.
I don't know what I just said.
Wait, that's from the movie.
No, it's from a stand-up bit from Steve Martin.
Yeah, I would. If I were to do that, I would then dip the thing in batter and then fry it.
Did you see Chili's for the commercial? Looks pretty good, Tom. You got this cheeseburger from Chili's to cut it in half, right?
Help is on the way. How far should the U.S. go to topple the evil dictatorship? We'll keep you up to the minute. Join me at 4.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK is our number, 713-8255. Gravina's has the greatest windows, and they have siding and doors. They have 50 lines of windows, not one. So if you're looking for windows, they can fit a brand best for your needs. That's Gravina's, 303 Gravinas, 303 Gravinas. Welcome to the show. Now, we had a woman call in about, or was it a woman? Yeah. On roof, where was it a guy? Steve, I'm sorry. Steve called in, said signed a contract with a roofer, Roofco, back in September of 2025 and paid $8,000 up front. Heard nothing from these people, and he's very upset. They did not come when they said they would come in September, or they were supposed to start November. They delayed, and then were supposed to reschedule. They did. They said they would be there today, and he's heard nothing. So we asked Deputy D to make some phone calls. What did you find out, D?
Tom, I called the 800 number and left a message while Steve was still on the phone. And a few minutes ago, they returned my call. I actually spoke with the operations manager, and a really responsive guy. He knew who I was talking about, and he told me what's going on and what's going to happen. So originally, Steve's roof was supposed to be completed today, but they had some scheduling difficulties. They had to reschedule him. Roofco says that they emailed him on the 8th telling them today is not going to happen. And instead, he's scheduled for January 30th. And Roofco assured me that, hey, they're staying in touch with the guy. They even spoke with him on the phone today. And Steve is going to get his new roof on the 30th.
How do you feel about it? The phone call. You get a good gut feeling.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
No, I have absolutely no suspicions about this
Really?
cat that called me. He sounded like, I mean, he was very upfront about everything. He told me about his company. He said they have hundreds of satisfied customers. And by the way, I believe him because I actually, before he called me back, I did a statewide court record search on that company and the principals, and I didn't find anything. So it seems like they have a good rep. And the guy sounded very responsive. He gave me his personal cell number. If Steve has any more problems, he can contact him, or he can contact us, and then we can call Roofco's cell number. So yeah, I feel very, very optimistic.
Okay, so should we hold off on my dinger? Is the question, or
2 more weeks?
We'll hold off on that. Let's give a partial dinger here. Let me see if I have a partial. If I do this and then cut it off here. There. It's a partial dinger.
Thank you.
Which means some success we got through, and we have someone working on it. And we'll work on your problem too. It's good to know you have people looking out for you, right? And we are truly looking out for you. So if you give us a call with a problem, as I said earlier in the show, how many people are listening to me right now that truly are going to get ripped off? They're going to get ripped off. And they already paid money up front, and there's not much they can do about it. I would say in general, by my informal stats and my experience, you have a 50-50 chance of being ripped off when you pay money up front. A 50-50 chance of being ripped off. And think about that. Half the time when you pay money up front, you will be ripped off. That's why I say don't pay money up front. But Paul the Waterman said, wait a minute. If we're ordering something custom for the consumer, is it reasonable that we get paid? We should talk about this because we get this all the time on when is it permissible to pay money up front. So, Paul, you obviously order systems for people. You don't stock or inventory a lot of them.
Right.
All right.
Those are...
And they're customized to the house.
Right. If we do,
you can reuse them. You lose a lot of money sitting on them.
If we do a whole house RO, for example.
Yeah.
Or if we do a replacement external delivery pump.
Yeah.
So those are special order.
But when you're going to special order something and you want money up front from me, you wouldn't be insulted if I say, can I verify the order?
No, not at all.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, there's two things that I look at it. One, you're going to get an invoice. We give you the invoice with the deposit, right? We tell them, and then I don't care about verifying the order. The second thing, though, to think about this: how many? This not be off the topic, but you don't want to be in a situation where you're financing somebody else's business,
right?
Right, and so a lot of general contractors. Subcontractors go out work for GC, and they're supplying all the equipment, and then they're waiting, and they got to wait for the GC to pay them. I know that's different,
right?
But when you're working with somebody's home, and you're going to, and like if you doing a specialty piece of equipment,
what you're saying, I don't understand what you're saying. So when you're working in someone's home and you're ordering a special order, then what you're saying is it's only fair to ask them to pay on that special order.
Absolutely correct.
Okay. And I've said that before. I've said this and I'll say it again. When work begins, which can include planning, drawing up plans, engineer drawings, or materials delivered. Materials delivered, of course, but materials ordered. All I say is you should verify where it's ordered from and if it's ordered in your name for your address. And here's why. If my friend Paul here gets hit by a bus or anybody on the referral list who's well-intentioned, we have a lot of good people on the referral list. You have an order and they can sift through business records and find your order. And if it shows that you've paid money for that order and it was ordered, then that can be coming to your address.
No, absolutely. I think, there's a difference. And one, normally companies like mine, like Water Pros, if something happens to me, we got other people that'll pick up the slack. But if you're working, you got to be careful. If you're working with an individual handyman, that's a different story.
Yeah. Again, it's all right to pay them if they're ordering something, if you can verify it.
I have no problem with that. It's just, I don't think in today's world,
Yeah.
If you go out and you buy something
Yeah.
for that job, and then somebody cancels that, then I don't think that's fair to them.
No, it's not. It's not. And I don't have a problem with that. So it's not. And also, I don't have a problem when businesses are going to spend a lot of time planning or drawing. Contractors, many times, before they even show up on the job, they have a lot of time invested. And I don't think there's a problem with getting a deposit for plans. But those plans have to be accessible and owned by the consumer. Colleen, what is going on with a locksmith, Colleen? What's happening?
Well, I got defrauded approximately $1,600.
Defrauded? How? What happened?
Well, he quoted me. I called this company to come rekey 2 locks to my elderly parents' home.
Okay,
and
who is
I
it?
showed up. It's Gold Key Locksmith.
Gold T as in Tom?
Key.
Key? Oh, key.
Key.
Key as in key, as in lock and key.
Yes.
Gold Key.
Right.
And what's the name of the
Locksmith.
locksmith? And what happened?
And so when they showed up, he quoted me a 3-tiered price, and I selected the lowest one, which happened to be $239.
Now, so that was for just to rekey 2 locks?
Yes, sir.
That's a lot of money. But anyway, what happened?
Yeah. So he did the work. We agreed on the price. He did the work. And then he asked me to pay cash or Zelle, and I didn't have either at the time. I had a credit card, which unfortunately also happened to be my debit card. And he asked me, he entered the information into his phone, asked me to sign it. I signed the window, and when he texted me the receipt, as he was driving off, I happened to look, and it was for $1,869.
Wait. How can that happen? If it was going to be $239, didn't you see that on the
No, he only presented a window for me to sign, and I stupidly signed it, thinking.
Do you think he did this on purpose, or
Yes,
or
sir,
is it
I
a
do.
mistake?
No, sir, because if it were a mistake, somebody would have called us back. And so my husband and I have been calling the Gold Key Locksmith
When did
number.
this happen?
Monday, January 5th at approximately 5:30.
Oh, my God.
And then we're constantly told that a manager will call us back,
Okay.
and no one ever calls
We're
us back.
gonna handle this. We're gonna call these guys. Here's a few things I need to ask. Do you have proof of the $239 charge that it was going to cost?
It was verbal. It was verbal. Locksmiths don't usually write out an estimate.
But here's what I want to know. If we call them and say, we noticed you charge $1,000 on Colleen's account, and they say, that's right. We rekeyed 2 locks, and that's how much it costs. What would we do to fight that?
Well, I don't think you would get that far because they would tell you a manager would call back, but I understand what you're saying.
No, I'm just curious. I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I'm trying to figure out, you were given, and you said you were giving tiered prices. Explain that to me. What kind of tiering did they have?
He said that if you wanted, the lowest security, whatever that means, it's $239. The next level up was like $339, and the next level beyond that was $449. You
don't know what the additional money got you?
No.
Okay. And so you chose $239 for each lock, or $239 total?
No, for two locks.
No, that's what I mean. But I'm asking, is that $239 per lock or $239 for both?
Total for the entire job.
Okay. Dave, why don't we give him a call? And so how did you find these people to begin with?
Well, I just, did the normal Google thing, a locksmith near me.
Yeah.
And they make like in Lakewood, Colorado, which they are not.
No, they're not. Most locksmiths do that. They make it look like they're from wherever you want them to be.
Correct.
By the way, Tom, I can't find Gold Key Locksmith. Are you sure that's the actual name?
Yes. So if you, in your Google search, you have to do gold-keys plural, -locksmith.com. It'll come up.
Jeez.
Did she pay with a debit card? Why can't she dispute the charge?
Yeah, debit cards are not like a credit card.
I am disputing the charge with the bank, but my
it's a
point
debit card.
is-
I don't think you can dispute debit cards.
You may be right.
No, you can't. I've done it successfully.
But it's only if it's fraud. If it's a quality issue like a credit card, it's not the same. You don't have the same contesting.
Yeah, plus the other thing that's going to work against her is that she actually signed without seeing what she
no,
actually
if someone went in and hacked your account or something, you can dispute that. But you can't dispute if you use it for a payment and you give them and you use your PIN and all that or whatever. If you use your debit card, it's not like using a credit card.
No, I know.
So, do you know how to reach the local guy? Do you have any idea who actually responded?
Well, there is no quote unquote local guy.
Well, whoever came out to your house.
Yes, we have his telephone number too.
Oh, good.
Let's start with that.
My husband and I have called him, and he has blocked our calls and says a manager will call, and nobody ever calls back.
Do you know
So
his
it's total
actual
fraud.
name?
His name, he referred to himself as Michael.
And that's it.
Jeez.
Do you have like a license plate number or vehicle description?
No, unfortunately. Unfortunately.
Okay, we're going to take a stab at trying to get this guy to talk and call the supervisor because this is crazy. I mean, that's a lot of difference, $1,000. And
That's
Tom?
$1,500 difference.
Tom, would it be reasonable? We have a locksmith on a referral list. Would it be reasonable to have Dee call him and find out what 2 locks would cost so you can say that, we talked to other locksmiths?
I don't think it, I don't know.
I'm sure he agreed to a price.
Yeah,
The issue is
yeah.
that she got charged $1,800 instead
No,
of
not 18, right? Was it 1,000 or was it
1,800?
Was it 1,800?
Yeah.
Yes, it was $1,800.
Oh my God, 18. I'm thinking, okay, $1,800.
Yeah.
That's outrageous. There is a small claims court option as well.
Well, she doesn't know who to sue.
That's right.
Michael,
That's the problem. I can't even find out where the headquarters are located.
They don't have an
That is
address.
No.
They have no
they
address. Hey, have you already disputed this with your bank? And
Yes.
So did you happen to say something like, hey, it's the wrong amount? Or did you happen to say, and I hope this is what you said, I have no idea who this dude is.
Exactly right.
And
I have no idea where this charge came from. Is that what you said, or did you say?
No, I didn't. I was honest and said I'm disputing the charge.
Yeah, that's the wrong thing with a debit. It's okay to say that with a credit card, but with a debit card, let's see what we can find out for you. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. K&H Home Solutions, by the way, has window siding, doors, and more. And part of that more, they have painting pros available right now, khwindows.com.
Hey, Shannon.
Playoff football is back in the Mile High City.
Sutton is there. Sutton makes the catch.
And that next summit is now in sight. The final ascent starts right now, baby. And in Broncos country, we will not stop because together we climb higher.
Jordan Keanu, what is going on with you today, sir?
Oh, we are getting ready for our seminar coming up next week on Thursday, the 22nd. And we're going to be talking about how you can make money and save money with our retirement plans, Mark.
You know what I love about all this? In fact, Suzanne and I are going to be there. Not only are you going to learn about retirement annuities, these are guaranteed checks for the rest of your life. When the stock market goes up, you participate. That account value grows. When the stock market goes down, though, it ratchets in and you never lose a nickel. And the other thing I love about that product that you have, the 15% bonus and the long-term care, which will double those guaranteed monthly payments if you ever need it. But think about this, a retirement plan that you get a check each month and you can't outlive it. You could live to 130, God bless you, and you're still going to get the same exact amount. I'm looking forward to it, but we're also going to have some reverse mortgage experts out there, Jordan.
That's correct. We're going to be talking about just financial plans in general, the best cutting-edge financial information. And not only that, Mark, but life insurance, our good old Become the Banker whole life overfunding life insurance. So talk about cutting-edge financial plans on how you can get ahead for 2026 and build your wealth and keep it and protect it.
Yeah, and I want people to understand this isn't you show up and you just listen to people talk. This is going to be a Q&A. Any questions you have about retirement annuities and pensions and rollovers and reverse mortgages, anything to do with retirement, it's going to be a real Q&A. You're going to get a lot of great information. There's no arm twisting. We're out to educate more than anything else, but I want you to get signed up right now. It's at the hotel right across from Maggiano's. It's called the Even Hotel, and it's going to be next Thursday, January 22nd at 6:30 p.m. There'll be some snacks there, a few giveaways, stuff like that. But more than anything, it's going to be so educational. You can sign up by calling 303-779-6600. Call now, 303-779-6600. Or go to mymoneymyway.com and sign up. I look forward to seeing you. mymoneymyway.com. Let me tell you about a reverse mortgage. CMG Financial, they are the bank. They loan out over $2 billion a month, and a lot of that is reverse mortgages. You're going to have the lowest fees out there. When you get into a reverse mortgage, there are fees. Trust me. You're going to have the lowest fees, lowest interest rate. You're going to absolutely love the people you're working with. My favorite is John Clace. He's like the top dog around Denver when it comes to CMG Financial. But I don't care where you're listening to this commercial. These guys lend in all 50 states. They are the bank. CMG Financial for 15, 30-year mortgages, pretty much any term, reverse mortgages, and their all-in-one line of credit is unbelievable. A 30-year line of credit. It's a first deed mortgage on the equity in your house you can have access to for 30 years. I want you to go check out John at partnerinlending.com. That's partnerinlending.com. Hey, give me a time on that whole thing, would you?
On both of them?
Yeah, just run them together. Was I at 2.5? I hit my stupid. I thought I hit my start on my stop and I missed it. So that was totally by fucking.
You were 330 for both.
Oh God, that was horrible.
Yeah, Banker was 220.
That's not too horrible for a call in.
Right. Yeah.
That was way the fuck off. If I don't hit, I set it to 2 minutes and I started, but I didn't hit start. So I looked down when I was talking to Jordan. It still showed 2 minutes.
Whoops. Yeah, you did decent enough.
All right, hang on.
Well, I mean, Tom never goes over. Hey, Thomas Martino. They must be eating or something. Who knows?
Thanks for calling the Troubleshooter Show. Please hold a moment.
Good afternoon, Tom Martino. How can I help you? Okay, I need you to do a huge favor for me and take me off speakerphone because I can't understand you. earpiece on the phone so I can understand you. That's better. Okay. See how that works?
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Hey, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the show, talking about your life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Give us a call if you have a problem, question, or complaint. Did we try this locksmith, Deputy D? Did you try it?
No, I'm trying to get a hold of, well, I'm waiting for Colleen to send us Michael's cell phone number so I can call him.
I want to tell something about locksmiths in general. And you know how I have things to say about certain industries, like the moving industry in South Florida, and how it's riddled with liar sheets and ripoffs. And 98% of the time, you're going to get ripped off. You go online, you're going to get ripped off. The first guy that takes your money does nothing. They sell your contract. The second guy is designed to increase the price, because what they're going to pick up is more than they said. Then the guy that actually moves the stuff increases the price again, and your stuff is held hostage. That's the moving industry. Here's what I can tell you about locksmiths. Almost every locksmith lies to you about where they're located. They're usually a national number or a national aggregate number or email or website that then doles out independent locksmiths in your area. The person you're getting is not with a company. They're not some big conglomerate. They're not anything. All they are is an independent locksmith looking for work, and they sign up with this service. So when you call, you're calling a national number, and they're giving it to some local yokel, and you have no idea who they are. Very few locksmiths have their own company with their own phone number and generate their own advertising and leads. Very few of them. So it's not like you have Joe Schmo, the locksmith, who you know and trust. One of the few that we have is called City Lock out of Boulder. But Jeff at City Lock is a rarity. There are very few locksmiths, if any, that I know of that have actually have bricks and mortar where you can go in and get locks done, keys done, fobs done, or that have mobile service that will come out to you. Most of them are nothing more than a freelancer. So you end up hiring somebody like Colleen did, thinking she's hiring a company. She's not hiring a company. And she was charged 3 times as much as, no,
10 times.
4 times. 4 times, 5 times.
No. She was quoted $200, roughly.
$239.
She got charged $1,800.
$239, yeah.
That's like 8 times.
4. So she was charged a lot more than quoted, and she has nowhere to go. This local yokel, he's disappeared. Now, I'm even shocked she has a number for the local yokel.
And by the way, they're all 385 area codes.
Oh, they're not local.
Yeah, they're out of Utah. So this is a Utah number for Michael, the so-called locksmith. It's a 385 area code number, and Golden Keys.
And now her number's blocked from him, and she can't even call.
Mm-hmm.
I would have said to my bank, I have no idea what this charge is. In fact, I'd go back and dispute it. Just tell them you have no idea what it is, because truly you don't have any idea what it is if you want to be truthful about it. So it sucks. Karen, what's going on with you, Karen? What's happening? Hi, Karen.
Well, this sprinkler company is trying to scam me and make me pay more money than I should be.
Tell me about it. How did it all start, Karen? How did it all start?
Well, the son-in-law came because I had several sprinkler heads that needed to be replaced.
Okay, and how did you find the company?
I think through another neighbor or somewhere, I think.
Okay, so you called the sprinkler company, and they were supposed to do what?
Well, the father-in-law has a lawn service, and he came to count the sprinkler heads that I needed to replace.
Yeah.
And he told me an amount for 25.
For 25 heads, how much?
No, 15 heads, $425.
$425, and what happened?
Well, then he decided he didn't want to do it, so he told me his son-in-law could come probably and do it because his son-in-law did more precise work or whatever.
Okay, so so to replace the 15 sprinklers, I need to know, did you pay this first guy the $425?
No, because he did. After he said that, that's when he mentioned his son-in-law.
Okay.
Does more.
Right. Okay, got it. So did you call the son-in-law?
No. Then a few days later, they just showed up at my property.
Who did? The son-in-law did?
What? What'd you say?
Did the son-in-law show up a few days later?
Yes. Yeah. And no, I didn't hear from anyone. No one told me they were coming.
No, I get it. I get it. The guy came out to look. He gave you a price. And a few days later, some clown showed up to do the work and you never authorized it.
Right. I didn't authorize it at all. No, I did not.
But did they, here's what I want to ask. Did they fix it?
No, I'm not happy. It's not working at all. They didn't fix. I mean, they did. They thought they did, but I don't think they checked it before they left, and it's still not working properly. I still have zones that are bubbling. They didn't fix those.
Okay. So a few days later, they showed up and did some work, but you're still having trouble.
Oh, yes. When they were only here about 20 or 30 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes, and the owner, the father.
So what are they trying to collect from you right? What are they trying to collect from you right now?
$400. They want $425.
Okay, so that's what they want right now. So if you told them, "I'm not paying it. I never authorized the work," what did they say to you?
Oh, he came back and. I wrote them up a whole thing of what was going on and why I'm not paying them.
Yeah.
Well, then he comes back and texts me this long text saying they were here until 1 p.m. working on it. They came at 8 o'clock. No, they came at about 9. And then that I stood out there for an hour talking.
But you would pay the bill if they fixed it. You would pay the full $425. Even though you did, here's all I'm asking. Even though you did not authorize the work, if they did get everything working, would you pay the $425?
It's too much.
Okay, here's what I'm asking you.
I don't know if
here's what I'm asking you, Karen. If you're not willing to pay the $425, even if they do fix the whole thing, what do you want?
Well, I want all the zones to work.
But they're not going to do it. You want them to fix it, but not get paid.
Well, yes, because I think $425 is too much to pay for.
But that doesn't mean they should do it for free.
Well, no, and another thing is that there was one main guy doing all the work. The other ones were standing around.
What does that have to do with anything? All I'm asking is this. At what price would you consider paying them if everything worked?
$200.
And where'd you come up with that price?
Well, because I had some estimates from some other sprinkler companies, and they.
Why didn't you hire those other people? Was it too late? Did these guys show up too quickly?
But yeah, I didn't have a chance to get to even call in.
Then okay, hold on a sec. We'll come right back to you. I got to take this break. 303-713-8255.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station. Ryan Schuling, Tom Martino, Michael Brown Reloaded, and Dan Kaplis. This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW. Now, Impact Traffic.
Quiet midweek driving throughout the Denver Metro. I-25 north and southbound showing highway speeds through the Denver area as well as up north into Fort Collins and down south to Colorado Springs. I-70 east and westbound, easy driving from the foothills to DIA and back again. Some construction work out west into the high country through Floyd Hill on I-70 east and westbound as rock scaling continues. Back to town to Boulder, Highway 36 east and westbound flowing free. With traffic, I'm Mark Swan.
This report is sponsored by The Truth with Lisa Booth.
Crime, chaos, and consequences. I'm Lisa Booth, and this week law enforcement analyst Paul Morrow talks Maduro's arrest and Senator Marsha Blackburn breaks down her push to deport and denationalize the Minnesota fraudsters. Listen to The Truth with Lisa Booth on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you hear podcasts.
You know, U.S. Mortgages prides themselves in finding you the best mortgage deals around. And you can simply say yes or no to them, so you have nothing to lose if you shop with U.S. Mortgages. They say yes where a lot of people say no. By the way, they've been around 30 years. If you have debt to income over 50%, it's okay. They can probably get you refied. What about less than perfect credit? Okay. Why don't you give them a chance? They're doing bank statement loans and they're approving a lot of people who otherwise could not get refied. They also have a 4.99% fixed rate or below, by the way, that's 6.04 APR. And you get to refi out of that or any loan you get with them if rates go down by as little as 0.5%. That's what U.S. Mortgages does. They enroll you in their lowest rate for life program. So when rates go down, they refinance you free of charge, and there's no limit to the number of times you can use the program. 303 low rate. 303 low rate. Discount Bath. 2 words you normally do not hear together, but I love the way Discount Bath guarantees the best value on your bathroom remodel. If you're looking for a beautiful bathroom, call them and see what they can do for you. Discount Bath will give you a price without even coming to your home. All you have to do is get an upload link from their website. Then you go and take your smartphone and video the areas you want done. I want this bathroom done. I want this vanity moved. I want a double vanity. I want a walk-in shower. I want to move the toilet. I want to move the wall, whatever. You can point it at the hall room bath, your master bath, your Jack and Jill bath, an area in the basement that's unfinished and roughed in, and they shoot you a price. If you like it, you have the best bath at the best price. DiscountBath.com. 720-979-2322. Okay. Let's see what I got here. It looks like
I haven't heard my human thing today.
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Welcome to the show, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So, Frank, the Karen, by the way, with the sprinkler project, we need to call them for you. But here's the deal. I think what you should do is get an estimate. You said they did some work. Did they replace any heads for you already?
No heads were replaced.
When they came and did work that day, do you know, what did they do? Did they tell you?
Well, they dug up the area near my house, and I was asking him why they were digging there, and he said that's where the main.
But did they say what they were doing?
Well, yeah, they were digging up because they wanted to find if there was a broken pipe. But there wasn't a broken pipe; it was bent, and some of the roots made it bend. So they thought that was the problem.
Did they fix it?
My sprinklers weren't working.
Did they fix that area?
Well, they replaced that area. I didn't see him actually do it, but he came out with a pipe about, I don't know.
Okay, so they did some work. You're just disputing the amount that you would owe them.
Yes, they did do some work, but it didn't solve.
I get it.
It didn't solve everything.
Right.
I mean, I still have sprinkler problems.
Right.
Yeah.
But they might say, "Listen, Karen, it's not fair for us to continue to work for $420 if you won't even pay $425. Karen, I'm going to tell you, you don't get anything nowadays for $200. You don't. I can't see how you expect them. Now, I'm not telling you this is a good company. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. I don't like the way they went about this. But I don't think you can demand they do a bunch of work and limit yourself to $200. I think you have to get another estimate for what it will cost to fix. And then what you should do is pay them a fair price. You said you know a company that will fix your entire system for $200?
Yes, but they never called me back to find out more about it.
Okay, Karen, you need proof that it's only going to cost $200 because we can't call them and say to them, come out and finish your system. And by the way, she's only going to pay $200. We can't do that. I mean, we just can't. Now, if you don't want to pay $425, okay, I get it. But you can't just arbitrarily pick a price. You have to have a realistic price for these people to fix your sprinkler system. Did they say they would finish it?
Well, if they correct everything, I would probably pay the $425.
Okay,
but
Deputy Doc, I understand you don't want to get ripped off, and you want to make sure that you get that you're getting a good job. Deputy Doc, why don't we try calling these people and just explain to them she's not going to pay the bill until they make her project right? You want to do that for us?
Absolutely.
All right, thanks, man. Deputy Doc. Frank, I'm going to start with you and we'll finish right after the break. What's going on with you, Frank?
I talked to you about a year ago about this.
What happened, Frank, a year ago? Remind me.
I had a business phone number that I've had since 2009 with them. And then, I don't know, they did something, so I was going to jump ship. But they have to give you the pin out number.
Yeah.
He wanted to send it to an email address that's no longer valid. And I told him, dude, don't send it there. I'll never get it. Anyway, he did. so I lost communication with them. But you said if I went to a new company, they should be able to grab my number back. I've called it several times. It's still available. So recently I said, let's just go back to Consumer Cellular and pretend that nothing ever happened and ask for that number back, but they say they can't choose. You can't choose a number.
Let me get this straight. And let me get this straight. So back in 2009, who did you have? Who did you have since 2009? Who was your carrier?
Back then, I had I think it was like AT&T, or it might have even been a landline. That's what I had.
Okay, so the business
that we transferred to a cell phone.
When did you transfer it to a cell?
About when my wife passed away, 2016.
Okay, and who transferred it for you?
Consumer Cellular grabbed it. I don't know how they did that.
And so you were with for a time Consumer Cellular.
Oh, for a long time. And the problem is I have invoices. Everybody knows that phone number.
I get it. In 2009, you got the number. In 2016, you transferred it to a cell phone. Then, when did you lose that number?
About 2019.
What happened in 2019? Why did you lose that Consumer Cellular number?
I think something was going on with their service. I just didn't like something about it. So I was going to jump to just another carrier.
Did you jump to another carrier, or did you simply threaten to?
I simply threatened to, but he sent that PIN out and my account number to an email address that I can't get that stuff from.
Okay, but here's what I'm asking. This is really important. Back in 2019, when you were going to switch carriers, then you decided not to switch carriers. Why didn't you still have that number? Did you get a new number in 2019? Did you get a new one?
Yeah, exactly. They had gotten me so mad since he sent all that info to an email address that was no valid. I said, you know what? Maybe I should just get another number and start over.
Okay, and so in 2019, you went to another carrier with another number.
Yep.
Okay.
I just left the other one.
All right, got it. Now, here's what I'm asking, and I don't mean to be a wise guy, but since you had this other number, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 20, for 7 years, why do you want to switch out of it now? You've had it for 7 years.
Well, it's just that I see all the stuff that I still have with the old phone number. It's like, it sure would be nice to get that one back.
Okay. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let's examine this. Just hang on. 303-713-8255.
Now, Impact Traffic.
Quiet midweek driving throughout the Denver Metro. I-25 north and southbound showing highway speeds through the Denver area as well as up north into Fort Collins and down south to Colorado Springs. I-70 east and westbound, easy driving from the foothills to DIA and back again. Some construction work out west into the high country through Floyd Hill on I-70 east and westbound as rock scaling continues.
Hey, you don't mean 15 on Lazara, do you?
That's what it shows in the log.
Report is sponsored by Wellness Unmasked with Dr. Nicole Saphier.
Your health deserves facts and not fear. Join me, Dr. Nicole Saphier, on Wellness Unmasked as we break down the latest health and wellness news and headlines, what matters, what doesn't, and what you need to know. Listen and subscribe to Wellness Unmasked on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, if you have legal trouble, Joe Lazara is a criminal defense attorney. He'll give you free quotes up front, a flat rate price for your entire case, and a free initial consultation. That's LazaraLegal.com, Joe Lazara, and the number is 303-429-6200. All right. Integra Insurance is a health insurance broker that can find the best health insurance for you. And right now, you only have until tomorrow to get this done. That's right. Open enrollment closes at the end of business tomorrow. So please call Integra Insurance. Let them save you money. Let them go through all of the programs and find the right health insurance for you, whether it's on or off the exchange. IntegraInsurance.com. Don't hesitate. 303-466-5700. 5500. 303-466-5500.
I want you to put this on your
How's
calendar
it
for
doing
next
right now?
Thursday. That's January 22nd. The guys at
Yeah, I'll wait till-
mymoneymyway.com are going to have an educational seminar all about retirement, including topics like reverse mortgages and Social Security. It is an informational seminar that is going to be awesome. Suzanne and myself are going to be out there. We're going to have a good time. I want you to get signed up now. It's at the Even Hotel, which is directly across from Maggiano's in the Tech Center. You can call and get signed up at 303-779-6600. There's going to be some snacks and experts and a financial advisor, the whole bit out there. I want you to check it out. Get signed up now. Limited seating, 303-779-6600 or mymoneymyway.com. Thomas Martino.
Yes?
I just ordered my new one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
When will it be in?
Right now it just shows 3 to 5 weeks, but it could be a week for all I know.
What color?
I got pearl white with black interior.
I love
and I got
white.
The plaid.
I love white. And you got the plaid?
Yeah, I got the plaid because you can't get a yoke anymore unless you get plaid. It's the only reason I got the plaid was for the stupid yoke.
Yeah, but man, that gives you a lot more
And
stuff.
I got free self-driving, which goes away next month, period. You can't buy it anymore. You got to pay monthly. So I got autopilot, self-driving, free supercharging, and free premium connectivity for as long as I have the vehicle.
Does any of that pass on to a following owner?
I think it all does, but maybe not the supercharging. They've changed that a few times. The self-driving and everything does, but the supercharging might be only for, I don't think it's tied to the VIN. I think it's tied to the owner. It's gorgeous looking, though. I can't believe Elon changed that, though, man. Well, I guess I can. It's a very smart business decision. Yeah, the lifetime premium connectivity and supercharging do not go to the second owner. The rest of it does. So full self-driving does. It's time for you to get that X ordered.
Is the when is the S going to be redesigned?
I don't know. God, it could be another year or so. I have no
Why
idea.
do they wait so long to do shit?
It's not just that. They don't even tell you when. I have no idea. But this one's identical to Brian's, but I got white. I think he got the lunar. I kind of like the blue, but for resale, the pearl white with the black interior is like number one. 1,020 horsepower.
Oh, I know it. They're the fastest production car made.
It's a monster. Now, some moron's going to argue with you and say, no, it's the other one. It's the fastest production car made that drives itself. How's that?
No, it's the fastest production car, period.
Nah, there's a Lucent makes one a little faster.
What?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Somebody on YouTube.
Are you sure of that? Then
I'm not sure, but I think they are. But it's like $400,000. Here, I'll just ask Grok.
Hey, are we out of time?
Oh yeah, hour's been over. Yeah.
Oh, well, you didn't tell me that. I'm sorry. Good afternoon. Okay, let me. I'm gonna go get something to eat, guys. You want to get something to eat?
Okay. All right, I still got you. Yep, hang on. Okay. We just have a little bit more on the break, okay? Hang on for me.
The Rimac Nevera. Okay, this is ridiculous. The Rimac Rivera is 1,914 horsepower, quad motor. Jesus. Goes up to 250 miles per hour. 0 to 60, though, is really close, 1.74. So there it is. They're saying that other one, the Lucent, in some environments beats it, whatever that means.
The street, help is on the way. How far should the U.S. go to topple the evil dictatorship? We'll keep you up to the minute. Join me at 4.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. We are here to help you solve your problems, to answer your questions, to take your complaints, make your life a little easier. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. If you want to know what your house will sell for, give him a call and ask him. It's free of charge, a full market analysis of your home. And the market conditions, the comparables, the neighborhood, everything surrounding the things that affect the sale of your home. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. So let's talk to Frank about his problem with consumer cellular. Frank, what's going on with you? Your business number. Your business number we talked about, you had it from 2009 to 2016. Then you switched in 2016 and you've had another number, or excuse me, in 2019, you switched to another number and you've had that ever since. My question is, what is the allure of the old original number that you basically had this new number as long as you had the old number? Why now do you want to switch back to the old number?
Well, you know, key blanks that have templates that have your phone number on them, you know, because that's what I do a lot. But other than the templates, I mean, yeah, I could just buy those. Other than,
I mean, it really sounds. You've had a number since 2016 right now.
Yep.
And I'm curious, why would you want to change back to a number you had back in 2009? It just doesn't make sense to me. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I don't see all the trouble. I don't see what trouble you're going through for this old number. Is it a special vanity number? What is special about this number?
It's not. Well, I've tried to go back to all, you know how you get ingrained in web
websites. Some of my old numbers pull up under, real old. It's just, like Google, it's the new ones on there. Yelp, I still have trouble with them because they say I'm closed. But other than that, yeah, that's why I had decided I'll just get a new number and take it from there. But it's really just invoices, stacks of invoices and decals and all kinds of stuff.
Let me ask you something. If in all, how much money do you have invested in articles with the old number on it?
A couple of thousand, not a lot. A couple of grand, maybe 1,000.
And have you ever thought the harm it will do from now switching back to that old number just because you have some?
I wanted to get both.
Go ahead.
I would get both. I just wonder if there's some people that try the old number and wonder where the hell I went. So they could just go do another
since 2000. Okay, I want people to understand. He had a number from 2009, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 8 years. He switched over to another number.
And I still had that number. No, I still had that number up until 16.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're right. Yep.
He switched over to another number. And now, after 7 years, so he wants to switch back to the old number. I think you're better off. I think you're better off leaving your business the way it is, unless there was something so special. If there was something so special about that number.
Nah, it's not that special.
Hey, Tom, I have a little bit of experience with 2 vanity numbers that I used to have for my
and
one of my
this isn't even a vanity number.
No, but I did go through the process of what it takes to get a specific phone number, and it's pretty easy. So a phone number is actually assigned to a particular carrier. So you can't go to a different carrier and request that number. You can only port it.
Yeah.
So Frank's only option that I can see is to go, Frank, who was the carrier? What was the service provider for that old number that you'd like to resurrect now?
AT&T, I think you said.
Consumer Cellular. And I've called them. Just so I could get it back.
So
but
back
they say you can't
back in 2009, it was Consumer Cellular that had that number?
No, that was originally through a landline, which at this point I don't even know who that was anymore.
But you transferred it to a cell in 2016.
Yeah. Yep.
And then that was in 2016 Consumer Cellular.
Hey, Tom.
Sometimes they
but then he left Consumer Cellular in 2019.
It sounds like he ported the number to Consumer Cellular
in 2016.
Frank, when you call that number now, does anybody answer?
No. Oh, no.
Okay.
It's available.
So he ported the number in 2016, and then he switched from Consumer Cellular in 2019 to another company. So in 2019, changed his number. That old number that had been ported to Consumer Cellular is still there.
Well, it may have reverted back to the original landline carrier.
Did they revert like that?
I don't know. He could. Frank, you should call both companies. Now, Consumer Cellular says no way. We're not going to let you request a specific number. So you may as well call.
I think it's just the person or people that I keep getting. I'm going to try again because sometimes they do. They say, "Let me check." Oh yeah, it's available. Here you go.
Well, if it's available, tell them you want to open an account.
Actually, you could do that with Google Voice. You don't have to do anything. On Google Voice, you can simply request a number, and if it's available,
their own numbers, because Google Voice is just like any other carrier. So I did sign up for Google Voice once, and they presented me with a list of available phone numbers.
Okay,
they don't let you type in your own phone number that you want. So, Frank, call one of those helpful reps and say, "Hey, if I can get this number, I'll open an account," and that's going to be your answer.
Normally porting numbers, though. Yeah, go ahead.
Tom, those 2 guys that wrecked on those helicopters, do you think they were playing with each other because they were on the ground playing golf or something together? Then they both left on their separate helicopters.
They were eating breakfast and they flew together all the time.
Oh, and
you think they got too close to each other?
Well, didn't they hit? Didn't one hit the other? Yeah, I think that's the definition. That's the definition of too close. Is when you hit the other guy. But Frank, thank you for calling. No, I didn't look too much into that accident, but I did hear that they were flying in formation close together. And, a lot of buddies do that from time to time in regular airplanes and in helicopters. But obviously, mistakes can be made. I mean,
I remember I wanted to take my drone and get shots at you flying over our house, and you were like, "Oh man, if that drone ever hit that tail rotor, I'm dead."
I know it. I know it could be really bad. So it's probably best not to do formation flying unless you're like somebody in the military who's been trained for it. I hear that formation flying is so strict that the plane they're following, they would follow into the ground if they were, because they so blindly follow their leader and then the leader and then the second and third and fourth, that they so blindly follow the plane they're following that they don't pay attention to where they are. But it's a special skill, I'll tell you that right now. But that was a sad story. 303-713-8255, denverregen.com. Yes, they do hair rejuvenation. I'm living proof of it. And you can get it done at denverregen.com.
Sniffles and sneezes got you down? GoodRx is here to help with big savings on commonly prescribed cold and flu meds. GoodRx is free and easy to use. GoodRx is accepted at all major pharmacies like CVS, Walmart, and Walgreens. Just search your prescription, find a coupon, then show your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx is not insurance, but it works whether you have insurance or not. If you do, GoodRx may beat your copay price. Download the free app or visit goodrx.com to save today.
People ask me, what, Tom, is this furnace refurbishment you're always talking about? It's Fix-It 24/7. The only ones who do it. And the only ones who do it for $39 for new customers because they want to brag about what they can do. They show you. It is completely taking that furnace apart to the extent you can and cleaning every nook and cranny and adjusting and tuning the entire furnace so it operates like new. It adds life and efficiency to your furnace. And for new customers or people that haven't had it done, it's just $39. FixMyHome.com. Book now. FixMyHome.com. Book now.
MyMoneyMyWay.com. We have got an informational seminar coming up next Thursday at 6:30 at a hotel right across from Maggiano's. I'm telling you, you want to get signed up for this. It's not a huge room, but we're going to be talking about guaranteed for. We're going to be talking about good retirement annuities, first mortgages, Social Security. It's an educational seminar. Myself and Suzanne will be out there. We look forward to seeing you. And it's not just us talking. It's going to be a true Q&A about any questions you have with retirement. Please join us next Thursday in the Tech Center. And I'm going to give you the number to call. That's the best way to get signed up. You're going to call 303-779-6600. Call now, get signed up. Limited seating, 303-779-6600 or mymoneymyway.com.
So, I quit carbs 5.5 years ago, never looked back.
What's your ANC average?
It's with a normal. I don't know what that number is, but it's not pre-diabetic. Yeah, but my A1C and my fasting blood sugar were all creeping up, and I was either just into.
What's your idea of creeping up?
Just outside of it. Okay. And then when I went no carbs, it all went back to totally normal. Yeah, and stayed there. So I have a blood test about once a year, and I don't know what those numbers are. I just know they're not pre-diabetic. So that's all I care about. Yeah, but the weight loss, after switching to a keto diet, the weight loss was really fast and really easy. I almost never get hungry.
All right. Now, what did you want to talk to Tom about?
And the reason I say that is because some people are talking nothing but straight carbs. I have sometimes a hard time with that. Not great snack.
Yeah, you can have snacks. You just, they have to be carb-free snacks. So I have tons of snacks I can eat, and I do throughout the day.
Cheese.
I love cheese, beef jerky, any kind of meat.
We are a call-in radio show. So
Nuts,
just
so there are several nuts you can eat because they're extremely low carb, like almonds and walnuts, pecans,
I'll pass that along.
peanuts. I have a jar of peanuts in the car because, there's so few net carbs in them. So I just, there's absolutely no problem with me eating. I eat a lot of food every day. It's just that, that's right. But even more important is you don't usually get hungry. If you're doing keto diet correctly and you really are staying below 10 grams of net carbs per day, you really won't get hungry because your body switches into ketosis, which means it's using your stored up fat tissue for energy. And that's why you lose weight so quickly. What?
It's because it's using what you had stored up.
Yeah, that's what it's there for, right? But if you never get into ketosis, you'll never use up your fat. And so once I figured that out and just went cold turkey, went right into keto, I eat a lot of eggs, chicken, meat, all kinds of cheese. I eat tons and tons of cheese.
Snickers bars.
And there are still some vegetables I eat, Oh, thanks. I'm not hungry, but it's very nice of you.
You're not going to eat anything?
Mm-mm. Thank you.
So, last question.
Mm-hmm.
Be interesting.
I have absolutely no problem talking about this.
You do have like a cocktail?
Yeah, I mean, I still drink, so in a ketogenic diet, you can drink all of the hard liquor you want because it's carb-free. I don't know why, but it's carb-free.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I also drink dry red wine, which I really like. It's very, very low carb. I get maybe 2 to 4 grams per glass. I've lost my taste for beer, but once or twice a year I want some beer, and then I'll get the Michelob Ultra, which is 2.6 grams per 12-ounce serving.
You should try. I saw someone trying it. It's Budweiser next. It has 0 carbs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need to. I mean, I just...
Fiduciary Advisors, TrajanWealth.com.
And I don't want to drink it.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. What's on your mind today? How can we help you? We have Paul the Waterman with us. Somebody wants to know, on a reverse osmosis water system for drinking, is there any maintenance to that at all?
Yes. So based on the water hardness, like you, how often do you change your filters?
Mine were good based on the testing I did for more than a year.
Right. I think yours average
on volume, right?
Right. So I think yours. I think we did 3 years.
Yeah.
Right, for both locations. Yeah.
That's hardly anything.
Right.
And so so what's involved? Just replacing the
filters, yeah. And so you do it on average. So we did every 3 years, but now with everything that we know that's in the water, maybe a good idea to do every 2, right? Because of forever
chemicals. But you can test to see if it's time to change.
Right. Well, see, now here's the thing. Great question. The test is a TDS meter that tests dissolved solids. A lot of your contaminants is not a dissolved solid. You see what I'm saying?
So the test doesn't always tell.
Right. So then you have to look at what we know that's in the water and then just gauge what your comfort zone is.
So what is in water that is untreated and unfiltered? What's in normal tap water?
So normal tap water has a carcinogen because of the disinfection process called trihalomethanes.
What's that?
That's because of the chloramine disinfectant that they do. You mix it with organics in the water and it creates trihalomethanes, which is a toxin. So the EPA points that out. There's limits that in the municipality tests and reports those. So that's one item that you definitely don't want to have in your water, drinking or breathing it in.
But what comes through even after a water treatment facility in your water at your tap if you don't treat it?
Okay, hardness, pharmaceuticals, forever chemicals, chlorine,
and plastics.
All
that is in normal purified drinking water.
Normal water that's not purified.
Well, I meant normal from purified at the filtration, so at the municipal water station.
So not to be a stickler, the municipal they don't purify the water.
And they don't even say it's purified, do they?
Right. They can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So municipal water is treated.
Right. It's treated. So what they do is they send it through like a big sand filter to try to get all the heavy sediment out. Okay. And the best that they can do right now with the current infrastructure is that they sanitize it by injecting it with the total chlorine content.
So it's filtration and chlorine.
Right.
And then what? And that's it?
That's it.
So what does the filtration and chlorine not take out? Plastics?
Plastics, hardness, and pharmaceuticals.
So you mean to tell me my drinking water will have plastics and pharmaceuticals in it?
Absolutely 100% correct. They can't treat it that way. So think of this. The master plan of all municipalities eventually go to reusable water. Castle Rock and Douglas County has grown so big that they're at 35% reusable water.
Meaning
it's
the
right from the toilet right back to the tap.
Is 35% of their water comes from the sewage.
Right. And so they separate the solids, okay?
Right.
And then they basically inject a bunch of bleach into the water and then send it right back to us. So my concern is that with the known pharmaceuticals that are in the water supply, when you're at a reusable state, the concentration of those pharmaceutical contaminants has to increase. So at what level will it become harmful for us?
Unbelievable. Here's a text for Deputy D. Someone wants to know, when you go to court, do you ever have at county court cases dismissed?
No, only voluntarily. So the court never dismissed my case against my wishes. But when I settle a matter, then I file either a stipulation or a motion to dismiss.
Now, when you go, what would cause a case to be dismissed? If someone can the other party ask for a dismissal?
Yeah, they almost always do.
Okay, and what grounds do they ask for a dismissal when they say, I think this should be dismissed?
All of those challenges were due to challenging venue. They say, well, I sued them in the wrong court. I sued somebody in Denver, but they're located in Weld County. But, I present evidence at that hearing to show that this business does business in Denver, and the case stays there and doesn't get transferred out. You can get it dismissed for what's called failure to prosecute. So if you don't continue to participate in the court process, it will get dismissed. If you miss deadlines, if you don't do stuff like that.
Yes. Okay. So as far as rules for evidence, does all evidence have to be disclosed, or can you surprise people in court?
No, there's a thing called there's an expression called trial by ambush. And that's really frowned upon. And so it's not like in the movies where you whip out this surprise exhibit and the other party doesn't have a response. You have to disclose everything. And if you try to be sneaky, you'll appear sneaky.
So you can't just spring something on the day of trial.
That's right. You can't. I mean, there's probably, I haven't had to do it, but there's probably some way to do it if you legitimately just discovered this key piece of brand new evidence that didn't even exist until this morning. So you can probably drag that into court somehow and ask for it to be admitted. But you have to have a really darn good reason.
Okay.
You can't just pretend.
303-713-8255. We have Paul the Waterman. Somebody wants to know, is it easier to treat well water or city water when you are buying a system for your house?
City water, obviously, because well water has multiple issues. So city water is basically hardness and chlorine content that you want to treat. Well water can have, I was at a house that has, turbidity, which is floaty dirt, iron content.
But you can do wells.
Yeah, we do. Yes, absolutely.
Are there special systems for wells?
Yeah, I like to do a dual tank smart computer water softener for well water, only because when you're filtering multiple problems, you want to have a source of clean water to do, to rinse your filter system. So when you're in town, a single tank water softener can function because it's just hardness. But on well water, you'd like to have a dual tank so they can alternate tanks to keep the home continuously covered, but then take clean water from one tank to rinse the existing.
And you talk about hardness. What is hardness? It's stuff that's suspended in the water?
Hardness is called calcium carbonate. It's basically rock. And as it oxidizes, it converts to a scale or a solid. And it gets,
but it's in the water, microscopically.
It's in the water, that's right. See, water is inorganic. So any mineral in water our body doesn't absorb. So hard water can theoretically cause kidney stones, gallstones, glaucoma can build up on our joints. So
it's not flushed out with the water, our hardness?
Not when you drink it, no.
When you drink it, you're drinking that hardness.
You're drinking those
and those minerals
right.
you're ingesting.
That's right. It's inorganic, so your body does not absorb those. So we have a client that we're picking up in Nunn, Colorado, that we're helping out because she had calcium on her heart valve from drinking hard water in her well.
You believe it's from drinking hard water?
Absolutely. It's
well, it stands to reason. If it comes from diet, why wouldn't it come? I mean, water is part of diet.
Well, that's it. See, water, because it's inorganic. There's a gentleman years ago out of Nebraska named Dr. Alan E. Bannock, and he wrote a little pamphlet about what hard water does to health and what studies. And so it's absolutely, proven that hard water can cause gallstones, kidney stones, and then it does, build up around our heart valves in our body.
Okay, 303-713-TALK is our number, 303-713-8255. What is the most expensive system you've installed in a house? This is my question. How ridiculous can it get?
So we did a whole house RO system. We put in.
That means reverse osmosis at every faucet?
At every faucet. So yeah, it's a complete whole house RO. Yeah, so you're looking at about $23,000 for a whole house RO.
But if you think about that, for a whole house reverse osmosis system, $23,000. That's outrageously expensive. But when you think about it, and other companies charge for what I call these phony baloney softening systems, they're charging $15,000.
If a furnace and an air conditioner package from some companies, they're right around $23,000 for those. So this is basically your commercialized RO. It's a 1,500 gallon a day reverse osmosis system. You have to have pre-treatment. You have to have a separate holding tank. So the holding tank you have underneath your sink? You have to have one for the house. Then you have to have an external delivery pump that delivers that water throughout the house.
Now, when you do an RO for the whole house, reverse osmosis, do you have to do anything else to the water?
No.
That's the Mac Daddy.
That's it.
Okay. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show right after this.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
It's a quiet drive throughout the Denver Metro for the 1 o'clock hour. I-25 north and southbound for the most part showing highway speeds through town. You might see some normal afternoon congestion through the downtown area in I-25 northbound. Northeast of there, closer to I-270, we have a crash, 74th Avenue westbound at Colorado Boulevard. That's Colorado 224. Slow traffic back from Dahlia seems to be affecting eastbound traffic as well. With traffic, I'm Mark Swan.
This report is sponsored by The Truth with Lisa Booth.
Crime, chaos, and consequences. I'm Lisa Booth, and this week law enforcement analyst Paul Moreau talks Maduro's arrest and Senator Marsha Blackburn breaks down her push to deport and denaturalize the Minnesota fraudsters. Listen to The Truth with Lisa Booth on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Integra Insurance Group, right now, they're really handling a bunch of last-minute inquiries because open enrollment closes tomorrow. What that means is this. If you have not renewed your policy or not found a new health insurance policy, that's it. You're not going to be able to for the rest of the year unless there's a major life-changing event. You have to truly make your changes or do your renewals now. Call Integra. They've been helping me for 10 years. They can help on and off the exchange. They can help if you have Medicare. Whatever you're looking for, they can help you find the best health insurance. 303-466-5500. Today is the last day of open enrollment. 303-466-5500. Joe Lazzara is a criminal defense attorney. And if you're ever in trouble, the best thing to do is not shop when you're under pressure. I've done the shopping for you. I've known Joe for 30 years. And I'm telling you that he will talk to you up front without any hiring or any pressure or anything and answer all of your questions. If you decide to have him represent you, he gives you a flat rate price. So you know the price of your entire case, and you don't ever have to worry about being nickeled and dimed. 303-429-6200. Call for immediate concerns, free of charge, and then flat rate pricing. 303-429-6200.
Still won't get you to
Monitors it in what way?
Somebody it was taken down as far as fast and was put up. Somebody called Husker Q. Said called me a douche.
Called you a douche?
Yeah, Paul's a douche. The lady did it's fast and put it up.
Oh, we have monitors. That's what you mean. Yeah, we have hall monitors.
And then someone apologized for the comment, and they said, "Oh, don't worry about it." It's really been amazing the amount of people that have had contact me, and the talk is generally centered around QC Kinetics. So whether it's a knee, whether it's a back, a hip, shoulder, he's always happy to talk about how QC Kinetics all-natural regenerative treatments finally gave him relief without surgery. That's former pro football player Bobby Carpenter. My message to them is do not wait and push off a week, a month, whatever it is. So if you want to feel better this summer, now would be the time to get in. If you want to feel better in the fall, make sure that you're getting in here so you can go out and play golf and do the things that you love and enjoy. Spoken by a man who experienced relief firsthand. QC Kinetics gave this former pro athlete back his mobility, his activity, and they'll do the same for you. Has really helped me in just my general quality of life. Don't wait. Call QC Kinetics for your free consultation today. QC Kinetics. Call QC Kinetics. 303-900-8986. That's 303-900-8986.
Address hair loss with the same simple one-day treatment I received. AdvancedHair.com.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome. Hey, listen to this. Yes, go ahead.
I have a question for Paul.
Yeah.
On your reverse osmosis systems, how often do the membranes have to be changed?
Yeah, we were talking a little bit about that.
Probably most like based on how hard the water is, on average, about every 2 years.
That's not bad.
Do you have a reverse osmosis, Doc?
No, but I just thought it was something that our listeners might be interested in
I'm
knowing.
I'm really interested in health, obviously, and I always joke about how I was a health nut and I get cancer anyway. And, listen, here's the bottom line. You can't give up on health. And one thing that we mention a lot, we mention in general diet, we mention water. Water is, think about it. We care about what we eat. We need to care about what we drink. But there is something in the American diet called inflammation, or I shouldn't say in the American diet, it's in our bodies. Most people in America are inflamed. Inflammation is probably the source of most disease. Inflammation causes your blood vessels to be inflamed from glycation, from carbs, from sugars. And as a result, every cell in your body is affected and cholesterol is raised and all kinds of bad things happen to your body with glycation or with the problem with inflammation. Okay. So if you ask most health experts and research doctors, they would probably tell you that if you could do away with inflammation, you would cut out so many diseases. And one of the things that I came to study during my cancer and everything else is I didn't want reoccurrence. I don't want things that will ignite cells and in a cancerous way. And there's a delicate balance between health and replication of cells and irregular or too much replication of cells, which then turns into cancer. Every organism is really an organism of balance. A balance between replicating too much or not replicating enough, but keeping your cells nourished to a point where they are healthy but don't do damage. I know that sounds crazy, but really that's what we're doing. We're in a delicate balance.
It's 100% flushing agent is what water is.
Yeah.
Something else I wanted to share with you. Did you know that when we do like artificial hips and knee replacements, a lot of those replacement joints they're using are coated with PFAS, forever chemicals?
Really?
Yeah. So the PFAS strain, the longer version of it, the original version of it, passes right through the body. It's the version that when they put on Teflon, basically, and because of the high heat, is what exposed, and then on the plastics and the water-resistant material, what is absorbed through our body. So one of the things, if nowadays when people get hip replacements or knee joint replacements because of the PFAS coating, I'm reading that's why you don't have your body wanting to attack that and trying to
get rid of it.
Get rid of it.
So one of the other things we have, in fact, we have 10 to 20 times. Guess what substance, Deputy D? You like health that we have that causes inflammation and oxidative stress, and also makes us resistant to insulin and messes with our signaling, our hormone signaling. Most research scientists will agree on one thing that we have 10 to 20 times too much of.
Like that's already in our body, or what we consume?
No, what we consume, yeah.
Oh, sugar. And all kinds of carbohydrates.
Other than sugar. Okay, I know what you're saying.
Other than sugar?
Omega-6. Linoleic acid. Linoleic, or linol, how do you pronounce it? Linoleic, it's Linoleic. Anyway, this acid is basically omega-6. It causes inflammation, oxidative stress. It is probably, next to sugar, the number one killer, and it's in seed oils.
Oh, right. You could have said seed oils, and I would have turned white.
And a lot of people believe soybean oil is good for you. It's not.
Or canola?
Nope, no, it's terrible for you. Corn oil, sunflower, safflower, it's all bad. Cottonseed oil, vegetable oil, all of these oils are bad. Olive oil is the exception. And anyway, people get 70 to 90% of linoleic acid from restaurant foods, packaged foods, sauces and dressings.
Yeah,
Those
because it's super cheap oil. That's why they use it, right?
chips, crackers, and baked goods.
Oh.
They say that you could lengthen your life if you've done one thing, and that is limit omega-6s in your body. Because it's called omega, people think it's good.
Right.
Omega-6 oils will kill you over time, and they're even linking it to cancer. But you find it a lot in frozen meals, protein bars. These so-called healthy protein bars, if they have seed oils, don't do them. Seed oils are killers. And more researchers are now admitting that omega-6 will hurt you. Do you know what? I didn't realize this, but I thought these were good for you. They're high in linoleic acid. Walnuts, bad for you.
What?
Sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, and sesame seeds. Better would be macadamia nuts, hazelnuts, and almonds. They have moderate. Now, they said that you probably will not do away with all omega-6 oils, but you have to do as much as possible because you're going to get enough naturally in your diet that you should do whatever you can to limit it. And processed foods are both high in carbs and high in linoleic acid. So they said absolutely no-nos. And I know people do a good job policing their carbs, but this one researcher, and in fact more than one, say that you need to also watch your omega-6 intake, and omega-3s can help counteract that. Omega-3s are the good ones, by the way.
And that's what you get in sardines and anchovies and other fish. Is that right?
Right. Now, it says the real problem are not the naturally occurring linoleic acid you get passively from those nuts and things. It's from the concentration in the refined seed oils. You don't use any seed oils at all?
Oh, God, no. I kicked those to the curbs many, many years ago.
They're high dose, and they give too much exposure to people. And they said if you could raise a child without omega-6s, they will probably stave off most childhood diseases and be healthier adults. So here's here's something that is really good: olive oil and omega-3 support. And as far as calories are not bad, but you must reduce calories are always better than excess calories.
Of course.
Because it triggers your body into a repair and maintenance mode.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want your body to believe it's at the verge of crisis, and then your body stays attuned to the repair and maintenance mode. So at a cellular level, your body is more apt to repair cells than feel like if you overeat and have too much caloric intake, it does just the opposite. Your body goes into basically an oxidative stress mode, a mode that reproduces cells at a high level and increases chances of cancer. So when you're at a restaurant, be really careful, because that's where a lot of restaurants, they do cheap substitutions of oils by using seed oils instead of olive oil. And by the way, another one, just plain old butter.
Oh, absolutely. Those are the two that I use.
And avocado oil. Avocado oil is wonderful.
And beef fat, by the way. It's called tallow.
You said butter is better for you?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Butter is good for you.
Butter is good.
Butter is good.
That's right. Butter is good for you.
And you know what's even better is beef fat.
Yeah,
so if you can cook with beef tallow, and you can get that at the grocery store, you can just ask for beef fat.
We've been brainwashed into thinking that butter's no good and margarine is better. Margarine will kill you faster.
Margarine is a seed oil.
That's right. That's right. And so you just watch out for the linoleic acid, and it's abbreviated LA, or called omega-6. We have more right after this.
Now, Impact Traffic.
It's a quiet drive throughout the Denver Metro for the 1 o'clock hour. I-25 north and southbound for the most part showing highway speeds through town. You might see some normal afternoon congestion through the downtown area, and I-25 northbound. Northeast of there, closer to I-270, we have a crash, 74th Avenue westbound at Colorado Boulevard. That's Colorado 224. Slow traffic back from Dahlia seems to be affecting eastbound traffic as well. With traffic, I'm Mark Swan.
This report is sponsored by the Tudor Dixon Podcast.
The headlines are serious and the stakes are real. Join me on the Tudor Dixon Podcast as we break down the fallout from the ICE shooting in Minnesota, what happens next in Venezuela, and how fast New York City could crumble with Mamdani in charge. Listen and subscribe to the Tudor Dixon Podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You know, if you are looking for windows, isn't it nice to know that Gravina's has 50 lines of windows? You know, beware of a company that can only offer you one. Gravina's at 950 West Evans, the family-run, owned and operated Gravina's, the one that stemmed from Dad to Larry, now to Nick. They are a family tradition of value and selection. As I said, 50 lines of windows, multiple lines of siding and doors, 303 Gravina's, 303 Gravinas, or that's 303 Gravina, singular, the S doesn't matter, 303 Gravina, or gravinas.com. Hey, let's talk about real estate. First and foremost, Frank Duran, the real estate man.com, will help you sell your home if you want to, but let's just say you're curious. What will your house sell for? What has he seen on the market? He has the stats to show you because he sells more homes quicker than anyone. So he'll show you what your house will do on the open market, what you will clear and net after costs, and what you can afford to buy. If you're interested before listing to get valuable information, call Frank Duran, the realestateman.com, 303-920-1622. And as I said, speaking of real estate, if you're interested in becoming a landlord and you want to do it with help, Vestera Turnkey is a program that helps people become landlords. First and foremost, they find the most profitable and strong rental markets in the country. They help you acquire the homes in those markets and manage those homes and then sell those homes. It's all under their guidance. You're never alone. Vestera Turnkey, Vesterra. VesteraTurnkey.com, 303-888-3788.
Mandy,
Yeah, Paul, one of the best things about keto is you get to eat all of the really delicious fats. So butter in unlimited quantities.
It doesn't hurt you.
It's actually beneficial for you.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Beef
All right.
fat,
No problem.
olive
Okay.
oil.
Out of all the fats, the meat, the pork and beef and chicken and everything, do you think none of those are, when you do the keto diet, are bad?
Did you say Roofco sounded okay to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Roofco. That's correct, Paul. Any fat that you get from an animal is actually good for you.
Yeah, it's really good for you.
What?
Hey, Tom?
Yeah.
What about duck fat?
Duck?
Duck fat.
What?
There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay, yeah, I love duck fat fries.
Nothing wrong.
Anything,
eat it by the
anything
tub.
fried in duck fat.
Duck fat?
All about
Paul,
that.
the one thing I would recommend is if you decide to try keto, I could refer you to my friend who runs a clinic. She can do a blood test to check your kidney and liver function.
Okay.
That's really important.
Of course it is.
Something wrong with, if there's, God forbid, if there's something wrong with your kidneys, which would be apparent on the blood test, then keto diet could kill you. So
Keto diet, if you have high protein in your kidneys?
if you have bad kidneys and don't know it and start on a high protein diet, that could be extremely dangerous.
Wow.
So every year I get that blood test result to make sure my kidneys are okay, my liver is okay, and I maintain my presence on a keto diet.
So that's the same. So is that the same? The years ago, Atkins.
Yeah, it's a little different, and because, yeah, but it's basically he had the idea, yeah.
Because
the key difference between the two is on Atkins you're still allowed to eat more carbs than a true keto diet.
A true keto diet, you don't.
On a true keto diet, you're very carb limited, but you can eat anything else in unlimited quantities. But the thing you'll notice if you try it is once you're in ketosis, you're just not hungry. You're not going to eat like 30 chicken wings. I'm satisfied with between 8 and 10. I cook 1.5 pound steaks that I used to be able to eat, plus the potatoes and all this other shit along with them.
Mm.
And now I'll eat like 2/3 of the steak, and I just don't want any more.
Really?
Yeah. And you'll eat eggs and cheese, and you'll drink heavy whipping cream. Once you start craving fat, that's how you know you're really into ketosis.
Because you're craving fat?
Yeah, because in ketosis, you're metabolizing fat. You're turning fat into ketones instead of glucose.
So I'm curious, just because you said something, how can that kill you? With your kidneys, is because it what? Do you know why?
No, I just know that if you have bad kidneys, you should not be on a high protein diet until the kidney problem is resolved. It wasn't important for me to know why. It was just important to me. Yeah, no, I understand. When I encounter things like that, it's just important for me to understand what results I want and not really the reasons why I don't want the opposite, So I highly recommend the keto diet, man. It's just
Hey, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So as part of health, we were talking about, of course, water, because Paul the Waterman was here today, and then that switched over to a talk about food and some of the destructive nutrients like omega-6, and then some of the good things like animal fat, omega-3s, and also moderate protein and no carbs or low carbs. And there's something else. When it comes to mental clarity and mental health, there was one thing that everyone had in common at this study at Northwestern University. Northwestern did this study. I think it's a 30-year study on cognitive function and people's brains. Now there are other healthy things for the brain. The number one thing that kept people young mentally and was healthy for a person's brain, what do you think?
Turning off the TV permanently.
That probably plays into it.
Mm-hmm.
But it is, the number one thing is relationships.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Social life. Having an active social life and people to talk to and interact with was shown to have ongoing benefit for your brains, especially as you reach 80 years old. Those who tend to restrict themselves socially and start pulling into themselves, these people lose cognitive function. It's like if you don't use it, you lose it. And they're also losing the shape, the size of their brain. Their brain actually starts to deteriorate. So social interaction and deep-rooted relationships and spirituality, which is a relationship in a God, has proven to be one of the best things you can do for your brain. Now, as far as brain nutrition, obviously, again, carbs and sugars turn out to be the enemy. If you want to know more about this study, it was published in Women's Health, and it's a Northwestern University study. Paul the Waterman, thanks for being here. 303-862-5554 when he's not here. And don't forget, you can always call me 24/7, 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466.